I wouldn't personally say that ghosts and trains are really an ideal combination, but hey, we're making it work and we're going to try our darndest to make it out alive, silly decisions aside. But nonetheless, per usual, if you could like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff, it helps the channel, it helps us, helps me know that you're liking the content. And besides that, I hope you all enjoyed the new episode. Peace out.
Would someone like to, or should I?
Apparently ramble too much, so.
Your last recap was a little rambling. Well, I need to switch you guys to the appropriate map.
I was like, I always need to know where we started, and then I'm good. What was the starting point of the last one?
Starting point.
I'm not saying.
You were just talking with Buffer. You were having like your initial conversation of what your guys' overarching plan is to catch the killer. He provided some information, stuff like that. So you talked to Sergeant Eater.
That's right.
Vera talked with random people.
Yeah, it was like we walked through. I was like, I think for the most part, it was a lot of kind of prepping conversations, of like things to come. Like I know like the game thing, kind of setting up for that possible moment. And then at some point, Vera decided to start seeing ghosts all willy-nilly.
Oh,
Yeah, you started seeing ghosts, some nonsense was going down. Oh shit, I need to move this. Click. You started seeing ghosts, we followed them around, and eventually we followed them room, but this was also leading up from... Oh, I'm not gonna remember their names. What are the rich people's last names?
The Liebermans.
Liebermans.
And Moses Lieberman.
The Liebermans, the wife specifically talking to Vera, being the quote-unquote more level-headed one of the group. Being like, yo, help me out with this thing, we'll call it a fair deal. To which we are now assuming it's the ghosts, and Vera walked in, had to answer some questions. The questions did not quite go as planned, because we did not know what we were getting into. The ghosts proceeded to just rain hellfire with their voices on everybody in the room. Luckily, Axel was not in there, and Noor survived, so Noor was able to go out and get little Angie boy Axel to come help. And then eventually Buffer pulled up and was like, gang, I got you. Helped us out. We all recovered for the most part. I know Buffer's pretty exhausted at this point. We were going to get some drinks, and that's when we rounded the corner with these drinks to kind of sit and chit-chat for a bit, and Vera dipped on into the room.
I completely forgot I did this stupid shit.
Yeah, going for gold, really. I will say Vera at least did walk in there with the answers to the prior questions. Will they be the same? We don't know. But she did have the answers to those, at least. So...
Yeah, that was, I will take.
So I believe that's where we're at. I was like, if I missed anything important, anybody, feel free.
No, I think that pretty much covers it. I guess the only thing I'll add is that Axel got pissed at Vera, who kind of called him out on his reckless attitude towards the nobility.
I want to be clear. He didn't get super mad until he didn't get a chance to speak because she kept consistently interrupting him. He was a little upset until that point.
It was a tense, in any case, a tense group of moments there.
I forgot that too. Goddamn.
So you guys watch Vera walk in to the room. The door slams shut behind her. What would you guys like to do? Buffer sort of stumbles forward. He has like a hand out, but he's like clearly pretty tired, and he was kind of surprised. Vera was quick.
Bless that dwarf. Too pure for this world.
Bless that dwarf.
Is there anything that we're going to be doing? Axel and Lily first. What are you guys doing?
So I'm currently carrying glasses, all the glasses, I believe, and Lily has a bottle. Lily, what are you doing? Because you were in front of me. I don't know what your immediate reaction is.
If he's stumbling forward, I'll go and try to help him. I can't see.
Okay, as Lily's walking, I'm just kind of... I guess I stop like here, seeing Vera go in, and just get kind of like mini stun locked. I'm just like, this is fucking crazy. I can't believe we're dealing with this shit.
Buffer gratefully sort of accepts Lily's aid as he preventing him from falling over. He points at the door and says, "Vera just went in there again. I think she was going to take the test. That's what she implied."
Very well. Let's do her thing. If we could get the glasses, Axel.
Yeah, I kind of. Well, I'll just walk
Buffer
over.
looks between you two, very confused. He says, "We need to get in there and stop her. She could kill herself."
I will go ahead and turn and put like not even maximum effort, but enough that would usually open the door. I'm assuming it just doesn't open.
No.
Yeah, I after doing that, I turn. I'm just like, listen, I tried, and I will hand I guess 2 glasses to Lily.
I look back at Axel pushing the door. Look back at Light Eye. Shrug my shoulders. Tried our best. And start pouring the glasses. 2 specifically.
Yeah, I was like, I did hand you 2.
Pour one for him. I give it to him. Pour one for myself.
Buffer doesn't accept it. He gently tries to move you aside. Do you allow him?
Yeah.
Okay. He steps by you. He tries to move you aside as well, Axel.
Yeah, I figured. I'd kind of back up seeing him move Lily.
He kicks at the door, and I'll let him do an athletics check. If I can. Athletics.
Excuse me.
I'll say disadvantage since he's basically exhausted right now. Oh, even with that, okay. He gives the door a pretty solid thunk. The hinges and sort of the stuff around the door shakes a little bit. He scowls, though, as the door does not open. He gives it another shove, but it isn't opening. Exhausted from that effort, he sort of slumps back against the window. He looks back at you guys. Do you do anything or no?
Lily sits down, legs crossed on the chair, puts the poured glass kind of on the floor. I don't know if Noir likes it. I don't know what type of creature
There'd
he is.
probably like a ledge that you could put it on with that it would be like more safe to do that with.
Yeah, and then see if Noir takes to it or not, and then I would be sipping my my whiskey. I think was what it was. Whiskey or
I
whiskey.
actually have no idea. Can cats drink alcohol?
Well, I was gonna
What
say
about
he's
hellhounds?
not a normal cat, so I don't think cats are normally the whiskey
Okay.
type.
So no. Yeah. The answer is an unequivocal no. Noir, if he was in his how form, that might be one thing, but he is masquerading as a cat at the moment, so he does not go for the alcohol.
Okay. Then he is on my lap as I am.
And
drinking.
Buffer looked at me after trying to open it as well. I just looked at both of us.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you doing anything else, Lily?
No, that's
I just shrug my shoulders and go, listen, man, you already know our situation. I don't know her. I am already exhausted from fighting today. It's crazy of me to think I clearly have any say in whatever the hell she is going to choose to do right now.
Okay. You can make an insight check if you don't have to. Buffer has a reaction to that. You can make an
Yes.
insight check.
Yeah, I was like, if there's like a specific thing he's doing, then for sure.
10. Yeah, just a sense of disapproval, but you can't really get any more specific than that.
Okay.
All right. In that case, Buffer will make an intelligence check. Let's see. Okay.
So intelligent.
All right. So, what would be the intelligent thing for him to do?
take the second glass.
All right, he stands up and kind of steels himself, and you watch him begin to do hand signs in the air, a finger tracing runes into the air as he's staring at the door, very focused. You can see he was already pretty exhausted. Now he's like flush, pale, and sweating. Um,
Okay.
in the meantime,
Oh, okay.
Vera, you step into the door. The door slams shut behind you and locks. What would you like to do?
God. Okay, I'm sorry. I still hear myself echoing. This is driving me goddamn insane.
That's pretty. I don't hear an echo for you.
Oh, good. Only I'm cursed with it. Okay, great. Moving forward. What was the ghost girl's name again? Wait.
Alice.
Okay. Alice.
Alice Goodwin, I guess. You do know her full name.
Right. Alice. Miss Alice, are you in here?
You can make a persuasion check with advantage.
Oh my god, fine. We love advantage.
Okay. Yeah. So you see Alice basically crawl out from like underneath the bed. The bed is like there's nothing beneath it. It's like a solid like into the like up with the floor thing. But she goes out from under the bed and sort of looks around. She looks frightened. She stands up and goes over to you. Oh, hi.
Why were you hiding under the bed?
I don't know. I was scared.
Were you afraid of your mother?
She frowns. She says, "Mother knows what's best for me."
Oh, that's a sad sentence. Do you feel safe around your mother?
Mother keeps me safe, she says.
All right. Okay. Great. So, I'm going to assume you remembered when I failed the test.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have to take the test. Should I call Mother?
Give me 1 second to prepare for that. Can I roll an insight? Like, does she not remember?
I'm sure you made an insight check.
What's going on here? Oh, why did I just wasted that high roll?
Okay. Nat 20. So, yeah, it does appear that Alice has more or less reset.
Okay.
So she's in the mode that she was earlier to get you to this room and have you take the test, as she's been instructed to have you do.
Okay. Can I ask you some questions about the test I'm about to take?
She shrugs and says, "Sure, I read a lot of books."
Are the questions always the same?
She frowns and says, "The commission comes out with a new test every year, I think. And you're not supposed to tell the questions to other people, or else I think bad things happen to you."
Okay. She did reset, though. I'm just banking it on this.
I'll say with a nat 20, I kind of felt bad that I didn't have anything more to give you. I'll say you can safely assume that Mother has also reset.
Yay! Pity information! I win! Okay, cool. Great. Little ghost girl. How long have you and your mother been here?
We're traveling to Corlita.
And what year is it for you?
She frowns and tilts her head back, and the DM will pull up that information.
Hold on, I need to write this down too.
She says, it's 13, it's 135 AA.
Okay. Don't mind me just casually glancing in my inventory real quick. Real quick. 150. Okay. Great. And what's the last thing you remember, if you don't mind me asking?
She tilts her head and her eyes narrow. She says, I was going back to the cabin to talk to Mother, and the cabin door was hot. She looks around sort of confused, and she says, but it's not hot now. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. So, hot as in flames?
She shakes her head. She says, no, hot like with mana.
Okay. And the other passengers on this train with you, were any of them suspicious looking to you?
She shakes her head. She says, I can't remember. In the cabin, except every once in a while I would go out to have food. And Mother doesn't really notice when I'm gone, so sometimes I go to the crew cabin.
Did your mother associate with anyone particularly suspicious by any chance?
She shakes her head. No, Mother only has good friends.
Mm-hmm. Did you meet these friends yourself?
She nods. She says, yeah, we see them at our mansion every once in a while.
And your mother is kind to you, yes?
She looks suspicious at you. She says, of course, Mother takes care of me.
Obviously.
Okay.
Obviously.
All right. Well, sorry for pestering you with questions. I believe I'm ready to take your test.
Oh, okay. Mother's not normally here during the day, but I can call her.
Going through this again. Give me flashbacks.
She starts calling out for her Mother. After a few moments, a figure appears in the bed as though it's lying down. It shakes off its imaginary covers and sits up. Its eyes are directed towards you as Alice moves to the corner of the room and sits. Mother says, are you prepared to take the test?
Good afternoon, ma'am. And yeah, I am as prepared as I'll ever be.
Very well. The first question is, pull it up again. What is the commissioned approved material component of a fireball spell?
Oh, I didn't change. Thank God.
It's very trash.
Second question. What is the commission designated level of the whirlwind spell?
7.
Third question. What is the school of magic most commonly practiced in the god-frightened Anubis theocracy?
Heliomancy.
Sheesh.
Mother's eyes glow, and she sort of tilts her head. She says, that is not a passing grade.
What?
It's a failure. A failure. A failure. As she steps forward, her voice accusing you, go ahead and make another wisdom save.
Son of a bitch.
Not quite. Not quite.
I wasted my good roll on that.
Yeah. So Vera drops down to 0.
Sheesh.
Meanwhile, Buffer, after a few moments of drawing these ruins into the air, activates the spell, and a pulsing sort of beam of light shoots out from the ruins to the door, slamming against it. When it does, you can sort of see the shadowy, sort of miasmic essence, like a foggy sort of thing around the door, fighting against the light. Well, actually, I'll roll for it. Okay. A fair amount of the miasma is burnt away, however. as Buffer sort of stumbles back and sits down again. And I will mark off the spell slot for him.
I was like, if I see him kind of fall down doing the spell stuff, I'll walk over and try to pick him up. And it's like, man, why are you trying so hard to get this door open?
He looks over at you and he says, I'm a cleric of life. If I know that someone's in danger, I can't just idly sit by when I could do something about it.
I won't respond to that. I'll just keep helping him up.
Okay. He gets up. I'll make a Constitution saving throw. Okay. He you see, like, you get the sense this dwarf, he's not very used to like being as active as this and using his powers like this. But a second wind sort of comes through the dwarven steel core at the center of his being as he performs the same spell again. This time at second level.
So, judging by the first spell, did I just see him? I'm assuming just like hit the door really hard, like that's what's happening.
Well, it was a beam. It was like a beam of light that shot out.
Okay, so does it seem like this is like a, like, you know, not that I would know exactly, but more of a magic oriented thing where it's like physical damage wouldn't hurt this thing.
You don't know
Or
if
I
physical
don't know.
damage would hurt it or not necessarily. However,
Okay.
what he's doing does appear to be like a magical radiant damage. That is true. Okay. Buffer casts the spell once again. Not quite as strong, even with this extra power that he's putting into it. However, it is sufficient. The miasmic energy is burnt away. He looks over at you, Axel, as he sort of stumbles against the wall, not falling down, but not doing so hot. He says, would you mind trying to kick it again?
Yeah, I guess. And I will go ahead and step in front of him, assuming he's kind of against the wall. And go ahead and, I guess, just athletics check. Or just, is the kick just going to rip
yeah,
open?
it would be an athletics check, yeah.
Okay.
If you're kicking. Okay. With a solid kick, the door bursts open. You see... actually, I guess... Was Axel there? Yeah, he saw Vera lying down on the floor there, I think.
Yes.
He popped in earlier.
Yeah.
So a very similar scene, almost eerily familiar.
I just go, oh my, this has to be a joke. And I will walk over, I will pick her up again. I will...
Buffer
I guess
follows you
Buffer's coming.
inside.
Okay, I guess I'm like going to pick her up.
He looks around, sort of collapsing in the chair there. He looks over at Vera, and he will make another intelligence check. Okay, so he's not going to be very smart about this, as he just instinctually reaches over and attempts to cast another Cure Wounds spell. So Vera, you find your eyes flicker open for a second time as Buffer falls unconscious.
God damn it. Fuck.
As he just sort of slumps over in the little chair couch thing there.
All right. As I am as I'm helping Vera up, I just go, all right, first off, please don't walk into haunted rooms without at least telling someone first. Secondly, do you know anything to help him? Because he has been doing nothing but trying to get in here to save you. As I, gesture over towards Light-Eye.
Sorry, I'm having a lot of issues with the dogs right now. Give me a minute. They're old.
I'm assuming false life is not something I can do to someone else, right? It reads give myself temporary hit points, but I didn't know if I could anyway I mean, I haven't used it enough, so I guess it'd be kind of...
It's a range and target self, so yeah, it can only be used on yourself unless you have something that changes that.
Alright. can I, seeing as I am a little magical, just try to... the problem is I'm thinking of this like in terms of like Naruto 5e, but like like imbue him with some of this mana. Like the only thing I've really done is mana sense, so like I I'm not going to be obviously super versed in this, but could I attempt to like give him some of my mana, so to speak, like some of my energy?
Um, okay, I'll say with Axel being here for a little bit and actually using his power in a fight, you have a decent sense of it. It's almost like it's like a third limb that was always there and you just only recently learned how to use. So it's
Gotcha.
still like very strange to you, but you do have like a sense of it.
Okay.
And you feel like you could. You have a sense of that, and through mana sense, you can also feel Buffer's mana network. Um, you can try to transfer some of that mana. I mean, whether or not you're successful, you don't
Yeah.
know. But I would say that's something that you'd be able to try if you
Okay,
like.
I will step out real quick. Just go, hey, Lily, she's unconscious again. Well, not anymore, but she was. Light Eye is also unconscious now, but I feel like I might be able to help him because I think he's tired. But if you want to chill out, you do you.
I do the Leonardo DiCaprio like glass in the air and like a little toast, and then I go back to just sitting down and drinking.
I just give a little. Why why am I having to be this one? And I will go over and kind of verbalizing this because my magic really stems from my blood. I'm imagining like I'm somewhat trying to like really feel the blood flowing through me, and kind of use that in a sense to transfer that in my head into his bloodstream, just because that's like how I feel it work. Like that's how it works in my mind.
Okay. So go ahead and make a mana control check.
Okay.
And
I'm good at
you
this.
reach out and you do have to physically touch him for this, just to let you know.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I figured so.
Make a mana control check. You can have a +2 to your check because the way you're visualizing that, I think, is giving you a little bit of help here.
Oh, cool. And
Not,
I would
not advantage help, but a little bit of help.
gotcha. In my head, or not in my head. When I'm going to touch him, I'm trying to either touch if I can kind of get to like his jugular like type spot, or like on his wrist, like where like basically where the main veins are, like where you'd feel the heartbeat and stuff.
Okay.
Mana control,
Yeah.
normal. Oh, 8. Damn it.
I am back, by the way. Sorry, my dumb fucking dog jumped in the lake and swam to the neighbor's yard.
That's awesome.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what's going on? What are we doing, boys?
I'll say for the purposes of this, Buffer he cured you. He brought you back to consciousness. However, you've been like it took you a minute to like you were kind of out of it for a little bit while Axel is doing this with Buffer. So you attempt to move what you feel is your mana, your energy into him, doing it as gently as you feel as possible. However, not being practiced
Oh,
and
God.
this sort of thing, and having it be a pretty dangerous thing to begin with. His mana begins flowing into you
shit.
as you are trying to transfer it into him.
Oh, no.
And, okay, well, that could have been a lot worse. As you take a little bit of like basically, this is basically it's damage to your mana network, so it's force damage.
Okay.
As yeah, you feel it,
Uh,
best of or what is it? Something about good intentions and.
Okay, so he is knocked out right now.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. After he
Okay.
healed you,
He
he
was
fell
unconscious
unconscious.
when you came to.
So he tired himself out?
That's what we're
Okay.
assuming. I gave you the quick version whenever you came up, of just like, hey, he knocked himself out trying to help you. You're a cleric. Be helpful. Basically, were my words.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I suppose I do this and I step back. I'm like, oh, that was not pleasant. And I'll look over to Vera like, do you got anything you can do?
Yes, I would like to perform healing word on him, please. See if that does anything.
Okay.
I mean, am I able to like roll an insight? Will this do anything for him? Because he didn't take any damage, did he? He's just knocked out.
If you'd like to, and I imagine this would be Vera's instinct, you can try to give him a medical examination first.
Okay, so medicine roll
Yeah, be a medicine check.
with advantage.
Um, yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Oh,
Okay. So you give him a proper medical examination. Your best, I mean, this is something that you've probably seen before as a doctor. There's nothing magical about this. He's exhausted. You know, he's a person who's out of shape, who is just on the equivalent of, like running a marathon.
So he's in stable condition then.
Uh, I mean, being unconscious is never a healthy thing. He's not sleeping, he's unconscious, so that's not good. But I mean, he's not like actively dying or anything as far as you can tell.
Hey, I accidentally cast Healing Word. Give it back.
Okay, you can have it back.
Yay.
You didn't actually roll for it, so I feel comfortable giving it back.
Okay, with that 16, can I also gauge if Healing Word would do him good? Right? It would do him good, right?
Healing word, you get the sense that it more repairs like unnatural damage to someone. This is nothing unnatural has happened here. The body is just in a very tired state. You don't get the sense that healing word is meant to help with stuff like that.
God damn.
I'm gonna step out for a second. I'm just go, hey, Lily, I'm gonna go ahead and close the door, just in case someone walks by. And it looks weird that we're all in a unoccupied room. So if you want to hop in, or if you want Nor to hop in, if not, close the door.
I'll keep an eye out.
All right, I will step in.
Oh, God damn. I do not. Well. God.
Do I feel like my idea could have, like, do I feel like I could have done good had I done a better job with my thing? Or
Yeah,
Yeah,
you feel like you really messed it up. Like it was like I don't know,
just
like
just a
you had
first
like a dog
attempt,
on
so
a
I really
leash,
didn't know.
and then you just like let it go, whereas you should have like kept it and tried to guide it basically.
Okay. In that case, even though it hurt a little bit, I'm just like, I really think I can make this work. And I mean, as long as I can, I'm gonna try it again. Same philosophy. Maybe touching, like if I was on like the left wrist, touching the right wrist this time. Trying to again kind of through the blood flow and the bloodstreams transfer some of my mana.
Okay.
Burp.
Try number 2. Hey, do I get +2
Not
again
a
or no smile?
Okay. So this time you're able to keep you're able to transfer a little bit of mana to him. I'll say with a 12, you feel like he had kind of a pained expression on his face. That's shifted a little bit. Now he looks a little less like he's in pain.
Okay.
He does not wake up, however.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, having done that, I guess I would probably feel a little tired, I'd imagine, since I'm like kind of giving him some of my energy, so to speak. Like, maybe not tired, but like I kind of feel it drained.
You aren't giving him an appreciable enough amount to really
Okay.
tire you out. I'll
Okay.
put it that way.
Gotcha. In that case, then I'm just like, okay, Vera, he looks good. I don't know right now. The problem is if we can really get him back to his room nonchalantly. So our options are we either chill here and wait for him to wake up, or have someone walk through and see if the train's empty. But I mean, I highly doubt it at the middle of the day to get him back to his room. So, or to be making up some story that he, drank too much or something. But honestly, I think our best bet's kind of just hanging out here right now.
Hudson, hear me out. This is a
Oh,
stretch.
God.
Hear me out.
Oh my God. This can only go well.
Why are you saying, oh my God?
This can only go well.
Listen, it's a stretch, but hear me out, Hudson.
My ears are open.
Okay, so did we establish that like he's not dying, but he's in pain, right?
Well, not anymore, because I clutched the bag.
Did that completely get rid of it, or I thought it just lessened it a little bit?
I mean, he's still not in a good state, but whereas before he looked like he had like a pinched expression on his face,
Excuse me.
that's gone away to a certain extent now.
All
He is
right,
still
okay.
unconscious.
Listen, just hear me out on this stretch here. The spell spare the dying, okay? The creature becomes stable. Come on. It's a stretch, but come on.
You can try that if you want.
Stable as in no pain. Come on, let me let it out.
Vera can try that if she wants. It'll be a mana control check.
Oh fuck, did I fuck it up again?
Do, 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 do.
Okay. Did I do it right that time? No, mana control check. Oh, okay. So I know how to listen.
I mean, you are using the thing in addition to the. Okay.
Good lord.
So with this unconventional use of the spell, you have this like basically ingrained sense of what Spare the Dying is meant for, what it can do. You bend that a little bit here, using the strength of your own energy inside of you, trying to force it on him such that it will allow him to rest in a more stable, more comfortable state. With that 22, you cast the spell or the cantrip on him. He visibly relaxes and sort of slumps down further into the couch. It does appear that he's sleeping now, as opposed to being unconscious, just unconscious.
And so the stretch works. Well, that's better. I mean, I assume Buffer's small enough that either of us could carry him easily, right?
He's small, but he's stocky and kind of fat.
I was like, dwarves are typically known for being pretty chonky.
I mean, I think Axel probably could. I think Vera's a 9 strength, so she probably could not. At least not easily. You could drag him, but you wouldn't be able to like.
Strong boy.
Completely forgot my strength is shit. I thought I was working with Suiko again.
Listen, I'm a strong boy, okay? Are you suggesting this like out loud?
Yeah, I looked at Axel and I'm like, well, he at least looks is obviously not in pain anymore. We could just, if anyone questions this, we could just pull the found him asleep. What are you gonna do?
Right. So your theory, just so we can walk through this together, Vera, is we're gonna carry a man whom everyone pretty much understands we just met 2 days ago being asleep just through the train card, just willy-nilly.
Oh no? What are you rolling over there?
I wave.
So this guy, I think you guys saw him briefly.
He did run by us.
Bumps up to you, Lily. He looks annoyed, like he just got woken up in the middle of his sleep. He's the nighttime conductor, so he's supposed to be sleeping during the day, and then he runs the train at night. He walks up to you. He says, "What's going on in this car? I felt something. Woke me up."
The other passengers on these trains, the Liebermans, were asking to get some tasks done, I believe, in their room. Sorry if it woke you up. And I point to the second glass of whiskey. Feel free to take that, and if you want more, let me know. I was going to drink with someone, but now I'm just decided to drink alone. I like the quiet.
Okay. You can make a persuasion check with advantage.
Can we hear this conversation, or how thick are these walls?
Yeah, you can hear voices outside of the room, but the walls and the door of the first class compartment is they're fairly solid.
Okay, I just look at Vera and put up a little shh, don't say anything, especially since I'm near the door.
Okay. He takes the whiskey and swigs it back, sort of savoring it.
I usher another pour if he wants it.
Okay, yeah, sure. He'll take the second pour, and he says, "Grand whiskey. Nothing like damn whiskey, but not bad, not bad." All right.
Yeah, go on.
I mean, far be it from me to tell the Liebermans, and he sort of snorts, what to do or not to do on my train. But let them know, if they keep casting spells about willy-nilly in their cars, I'll be forced to do something about it.
And I will not stand in your way, trust me.
He nods sort of gruffly. He glares, but like not really at you, but just at like just generally. He just looks
Yeah.
unhappy and annoyed. um, and he sort of stomps off. Uh, Axel and Vera, you guys can make stealth checks.
God damn it!
Oh no! Oh no!
I do. Hey, I do want to say that I did put my finger up to
Never
Vera
mind.
to be
Unless one of
quiet.
you guys gets in that one, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So Axel, like you do kind of like shift a little bit and like
A little creak.
something
Little
creaks,
creak
but
forward.
he's pretty happy with the way things ended. So he just stomps off. He doesn't pay attention.
Cool. Since can I jiggle the handle on this door right here? What's going on over here?
The door opens if you'd like to open it. It's not locked.
Oh, I thought something interesting would be in there.
I was as you could have. I'm like
Vera,
Vera. Can we not open random rooms in the haunted room, please? Just can we not? Can we not do that?
Fine. So you just want to hang tight here until he wakes up, or what do you prefer?
Well, first I'm gonna see what happened out there, but yes, I think carrying the unconscious. I think carrying the unconscious dwarf through the train, sleeping or not, has a bit of an odd tone to it.
I could make it work.
Right. We'll continue this conversation in a second. I will go ahead and open the door, and kind of walk. I mean, I guess not to walk all the way over, but I'm like, who were you talking to? I mean, I guess you dealt with it.
The conductor.
Okay, so all good, no weird suspicions or anything. We're okay.
I give a thumbs up. It's slightly moving left to right.
You know what? That's probably the best news I've had all day. 50-50 or not. And Vera's recommending that we carry Light Eye, who is now sleeping, through the train. And listen, my vote's no. But I was voting we kind of wait for him to wake up in here. But, you know, I'm all ears to other thoughts and opinions.
He chuckles pretty, like, abrasively and goes, and I'm sorry, she means to carry the man unconscious through the entire train. Tell her this is not a Hollywood movie. She's been watching too many.
I will let her know your thoughts and concerns. I'll walk back, go in. So, Vera, I hate to say this, but you have been outvoted on this one.
Alright, so
I think
what's the next move then?
I think we are pretty much just vibing.
I don't think all three of us should waste time just waiting here, though.
Well, yeah, I agree. Are you
Okay.
wanting to hang out with him?
Yeah, sure. What were you and Lily thinking of doing next? Any plans?
No idea. Probably go drink too much because I need something.
Okay, well, not to rush us, but there is 200 gold on the line if we don't solve this by today. The ghost thing, I mean.
This is true. And hey, look, I love money. I do. Money's cool. It's great. Okay. I guess I might as well ask. Here you. What happened this time? I guess I also wasn't there.
What did he ask me?
Did y'all ever? Well, quick question before I do that. Did y'all ever really tell me what happened with the first ghost? I found that out, right? Because we kind of talked with everything. Okay. Yeah, I asked what happened this time, like with the ghosts.
Oh, fuck. My brain's frazzled today. Nothing too different. I got a little bit more information out of the little girl, but it seems they reset every single time that you call upon them. What was Lieberman the wife? What was her first name? Ilsa? Something.
Yeah, also Lieberman.
Miss Lieberman was God, my thoughts are derailing right now. The fuck did she tell me about the ghosts? God damn it.
What did Ilsa tell you about the ghosts?
Yeah, I remember. That didn't wasn't it Ilsa that told me? I'm sorry, my brain is so frazzled right now. But she told me that you have to resolve the conflict that the ghosts went through or something to put them to rest. Didn't she say something like that?
Yeah, there are two ways that you can deal with ghosts that she told you about. One is you just kill them via, various magical techniques, usually fire and radiant damage. But barring that, if you can resolve whatever issue is holding them to this place, to the mortal realm, then they'll disappear on their own, in theory.
Okay. I'm gonna relay that to Axel, and then I'm gonna say the conductors are quite experienced with magic, right? If that would be the most effective way to get rid of the ghost, we could go that route.
Sure. I have a
The
feeling.
conductor did seem to like Lily.
Yeah, and while that might work, I don't know if we want to bring more and more people involved in these situations. I mean, with the questions, it was the exact same questions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the ghosts seem to reset every single time. I can't quite figure out why exactly is holding the ghost here. I thought that if I resolved the test, they would disappear, but that doesn't seem to be holding them here.
Well, if you got the
You
questions
can make an
wrong,
intelligence check if you'd like, Vera. And I guess Axel can too, as he seems to be on the same wavelength.
Oh my god, we're vibing together.
um, you said just intelligence.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
did I want?
Ew, he's so smart today.
17. So Vera, you are pretty sure that the way that the ghost did react differently to your failure this time, it seemed to imply that what you got wasn't a passing grade, which would imply that you did get some questions right. It's just not enough of them to successfully pass the test. And Axel, similarly, you think it's pretty possible that Vera just did not pass the test with 100% of the questions correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
With that train of thought, I'm gonna say I did learn that the ghost did die 20 years ago. So I'm wondering if the answers correlate with the knowledge 20 years ago, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, assuming this works any similarly to Earth, things change when, time passes, whether that be science or, I guess in this case, magic.
So if we want to resolve this on our own, I could go ask Ilsa if the first two questions, if they're answered, would differ 20 years ago. I'm not quite sure. Wasn't she young, Hudson? Like, what was her age range?
She was like young, probably like 30, 32, something like that. In that range.
Not that
So
old,
possibly.
Her husband is older than she is, though. Her husband's probably like late 30s.
Okay, I mean it's worth asking her. And when Buffer here wakes up, I mean he's older. He would probably know if the answer differs for the last one.
Yeah, I would recommend running that route before we try to involve more people, because that can have a lot of added risk.
So I'm gonna go talk to Ilsa real quick. If you want to sit here and wait for Buffer to wake up and drink some whiskey?
I open the door and walk out. Hey Lily, can I just have one glass?
No.
No, okay.
I just had like big inhale. I step back in. Yeah, no, I'll watch him.
Listen, once we get that 200 gold, I'll buy you the nicest bottle of whiskey I got, okay?
That's okay. Okay.
Don't talk to any ghosts while we're gone.
Mm-hmm. Quick question while I'm in the room here. Is this like a dresser?
Yeah. Or maybe not like literally a dresser, but like sort of storage compartment for clothes.
Okay. I guess before I do anything, I will step out and... All right, Lily. Well, kind of walking over. So the plan is she's going to go ask about the questions one more time because she thinks the answers might be a little outdated. I'm going to watch the old man in there. You can, go around, do whatever it is you got to do.
I can watch him if you want.
I mean, I really don't have much else to do, honestly. So I'm just going to vibe in there until then.
Okay, I'm sorry, Hudson. Didn't Buffer tell us? He told us the year, right? We asked him about, Axel asked him about the calendar and stuff. Didn't he tell us what the year was?
I think he did. It's 151 AA.
151 AA. Okay, cool. Sorry to interrupt. Continue talking, Blzane.
Is there anything else Axel would like to do? Or should we move on to
I'm just gonna walk in, shut the door, and out of pure boredom, just ruffle through the drawers. If I don't find anything, I will probably sit there and just do my usual kind of getting bored, twiddling thumbs, shadow boxing, things of that nature.
You can make an investigation check. In the meantime, you pass into the cabin again. Do you give Ilsa a look like we should talk?
Yeah.
All right. She sighs and gets up and calls you. Says, is it dealt with?
Yes, we're trying to figure out exactly what these ghosts need resolved. And I was going to ask you the questions that I asked you earlier. You remember them, yes?
The fireball component spell and the whirlwind. Yes, I remember.
Right. I don't suppose the answer would be different 16 years ago or so?
She frowns and sort of like starts scratching her head. She says, possibly. Give me a minute.
Sure thing.
She gets up, returns to her cabin. You hear her and her husband whispering for about a minute. She walks back. All right, so we're in agreement that we're almost certain that the whirlwind spell level's designation has not changed in that time. However, the cherry tree ash, that might be a more recent addition. We're not entirely sure what it would have been before that, though. We learned it as cherry tree ash, but it is possible that that's changed. You'd have to, if you wanted to know, you'd have to either look it up or find someone who would be familiar with it. Maybe someone who's taken the test within the time range that you're talking about.
I don't suppose by some miracle you would know someone who fits that criteria?
I don't know anyone on this train aside from my husband and Joseph.
That's
and you,
fair.
I suppose.
I was just hoping. Okay. I appreciate the help. I will get back on that then. I'll ask her. I'll see if I can find that information.
All right. Good luck.
Thank you. I'm going to need it.
What'd you get for 17? Okay. Yeah, that'll do it.
Hey,
Axel, as you're sort of idly ruffling around the dresser, there's a bunch of like really old, like sort of ratty like rags in there. You get the sense that it just has not been cleared out in a very long time. And beneath one of those rags, hidden somewhat cleverly, but you are able to find it, is this brass circular with a chain coming off of it, what looks to be a pocket watch.
He did it.
Okay. I see this and I gleam, and I will go ahead and I will pee poof it into my my inventory thing.
Sure, you can add brass pocket watch to your inventory.
Buffer's still asleep, huh?
Case
How about
you
waking
want.
him up, Hudson?
You wake up.
Can I gently, with care, shake his shoulders?
Gently kick him and yell in his ear. Okay. Sure. We can do that.
Mr. Light-Eye? Sir?
Buffer blinks, and he does wake up.
Oh!
Oh, hello, Miss Vera.
Oh, good, good. How are you feeling?
He rubs his eyes. He says, did any large animals happen to kick me while I was out?
Well, no, but and then I kind of crouch down. I'm like, I'm sorry you had to help me again.
Oh, well, we're all in the same boat, Miss Vera. At least that's the way I see it.
Well, I genuinely appreciate it. If there's ever a time that I can help you in the future, I will definitely do so.
A good start would be to find this killer and keep the train safe. If you do that, we'll call it even.
All right. Well, I suppose I should ask. Do you need anything, food or water?
He shakes his head. He says, with respect, I'm going to be dragging myself back to the food cabin in a moment here.
Okay, I'll offer
Okay.
it up.
Here, how about we do that now then? Because yeah, just to keep things chronological. Yeah, Lily, when Vera left the cabin, what would you like to do?
Yeah, I get up. Originally, Axel saw me like rocking back and forth. I am, if no one is in sight, I am about as straight as I can get. Not shaking at all whatsoever. Looking at Noir, I'm like, eh, I guess he's not so bad. I leave a glass on the chair full of whiskey or whatever elevated surface that I had the other ones on.
Sure. Yeah.
Um, and I leave it full, and I just take the bottle with me.
Okay. I suppose it's probably about half empty now. I think you poured out a few glasses for the guy, and then you have a few glasses here. So.
And I close the door, and I politely ask Alma, Mademoiselle Alma, could I maybe go to the if I would be allowed, of course, if I could go to the kitchen and because I when I see the um like place here, it is empty, right? Like nobody's dining or anything.
Correct.
Okay. Then yeah, then Mademoiselle Alma, if I could please go to the kitchen. I I'm a kind of a big fan of cooking. Big crafts girl, and I would like to help the people in the cafeteria with the prep, if that's okay.
Uh, Alma, I mean, she doesn't know that you can see her, obviously, so she doesn't try to hide her expression at all. She looks like a little bit like frightened and anxious at this request of yours. She says, uh, I mean, I'm certain that you are very skilled, Miss Lily. That said, well, Abigail really doesn't like passengers hanging around in the kitchen cart. I don't think that she would be very amenable to you helping her.
Mm. Is there any way I can get on her good side?
Alma laughs lightly. She says, if you do, please let me know. I've been trying for a long time.
Tough.
Fair enough. I thought it was worth the ask. I'd like keeping busy. Is there anything on the train that maybe needs to be done? At least for the staff. That's, I mean, other than besides the obvious that I would not like to do. But you know, I'd like keeping busy. If there's any crafting things or sewing or folding napkins, stuff like that.
Alma, she looks thoughtful for a few moments, and she nods. She says, well, if you're interested in sewing, I do have a sewing kit and some clothes I've been meaning to fix up.
Ooh.
I mean, if it's something to keep your hands busy, I'm not sure if you're big on sewing, but
Oh, I am marvelous at sewing. Since I do not necessarily have my eyesight, my hands are pretty good with a needle.
okay. If you'd like to, you can hang out in my my room if you'd like. My what would you call it? my bunk. The sewing stuff is in there, as are the clothes. I'd prefer if you just did it in there. I don't want anything to be lost.
Sure, no problem. Whiskey? And I like hold up the half jar.
She's just using her bartering chip.
She looks like she's about to say no, and then she looks around the compartment, and there's only you and her there right now. And she takes the bottle gently and does like a quick swig and hands it back to you. And she says, "Oh, thank you. That's the good stuff. All right."
No problem. Thank you for.
I should probably stay here, but my cabin is the. Let's see. It's the first one on the right when you go into the kitchen card. It's
Alright.
unlocked, so you should be able to. The sewing stuff and the clothes are in a drawer there, so it should be hard to find.
All right. Very well. I appreciate you for indulging me in my hobbies. Let's say.
Oh, of course. I mean, you're doing work for me. I feel like I should pay you, but I'm not a very wealthy woman.
No need for payment. If anything, if you can work your way to maybe give Noir some extra food or anything, maybe that could be payment if you really want to. But otherwise, I'm getting my my distraction and I'm helping you.
Alma reaches out and pets Noir, and she says, "If Abigail has her back to me, I'll throw in another fish fillet if I can, if I get the chance."
Marvelous, Alma. Thank you. And I go and meet and schmop all the way to her room.
Other direction. Other direction. Other direction. Other direction.
Is the other direction?
Yeah, the crew cabin is to the left.
Yeah, that's right. It's this one. Hold on.
I can move you there if you'd like.
You can just move.
Yeah, fly over there.
Whee!
Zoom.
Hello.
And according to her, it's this one on the right here, the very first one on the right.
Well, hey, what did you see in
I don't
the
know.
cabin
I don't know if
while
you
you
actually
were
are
going through the
going there
walls?
to do that, or not, but that's
Bang,
what she's going to anyway.
bang. Yeah, I'll use Noir to find the sewing kit, and the clothes she wanted me to get, and start working on that as Noir will inspect the other rooms.
Okay.
There it is. There it is.
We can go one at a time if you like. Which one you like to do first?
I guess I'll just go straight bottom.
Okay.
It was not a matter of if, it was a matter of when.
Correct.
Let me double check.
Hey, when you were flying through the Lieberman's room, did you see anything interesting?
A room.
Oh, fair enough.
Okay.
The Liebermans.
You go ahead and make an investigation check with it. Actually, you're spending some time on this, right, with Noir?
Yep.
Okay, I won't have you roll it then. The bottom room down there, it is completely empty. Like there's like a bed and stuff in there, but it's all. You get the sense it's an unused, at least at the moment. And like also Noir's pretty like there's nothing hidden there. It's literally just an empty room.
Yeah. If anything is a smell or hearing, I guess he would be better with it. But
Sure. Yeah. No, nothing smells out of the ordinary.
then I would. I'm gonna stay away from the top one because I assume that's the conductor guy. I'll try my luck with this bottom one.
Okay. The door opens without issue.
And does Noir hear anybody or anything in it?
No.
I guess he will go in and catch it, as per usual.
I hope he doesn't actually, like, catch it, because that would be a problem.
No.
Okay. So in that room, it is occupied or by, based off of the clothes that Noir finds, you get the sense this is Abigail's room. It doesn't have anything of a particular note, except it does have sort of buried in her footlocker this strange symbol, like a little necklace with a symbol on it.
Would it be a lotus-shaped symbol?
It doesn't look like a flower motif at all. It looks more akin to like some sort of sword or something.
I leave it alone. I'm just a passerby.
Okay. Other than that, you don't find anything unusual. It's just her clothes and personal items. So.
Okay.
You gonna risk it?
No, because I think
Feel lucky, punk.
I don't know which one of these two would be the conductor. The other one's just the male guy.
I guess I'll
mailman?
remind you that Carmina's cabin is this one over here.
Yes, yeah. I was like, I know that's Carmina. I imagine this is conductor or this is the other conductor. And the
Those
other,
would be the two options.
and then the other one would be the guy. I don't push my luck. I don't feel like the guy would have anything interesting anyway. I just need to know the other two. Okay. Yeah. Nora will come back and join me, and I will actually do the.
No
the song.
Abigail searchy.
We'll continue with Vera
How's that
then. You were asking Buffer some questions, I think.
Or I meant Lady
Shit.
Conductor, yeah, not Abigail.
Okay. Oh, shit. I was going to ask him the second one, but okay. We'll start with the first one. I'm sorry to keep you from your bed, but one question. You know that third question I asked you that the ghost about the god scared me?
Anubis theocracy, yes.
Great. Would that answer change 16 years ago?
He snorts and shakes his head. He says, "No, the Anubics have been that way ever since they came to this world."
Okay, that then.
Well, it sounds like we know which answer was wrong then, more than likely.
Yeah, the first one. The second question, and I don't know if you'd be able to get an answer for this, but do you know anyone else on this train who's part of the commission by any small miracle
Or just had
besides
to take the
Liebermans?
test. Also.
What'd you say?
I said, or just had to take the test. Like, or just uses magic in general. They don't necessarily
Yeah.
have to be commissioned.
Buffer blinks. He will make an intelligence check. Okay.
Sheesh!
He snaps his fingers. He says, "All right. Well, okay. So the DM just gives it to you. All right." He says, "Well, aside from the Liebermans, no. However, both the conductors have to be they have to be commission approved, and I believe one of the conductors is a dwarf, and he looked like an older fellow. I imagine that he took the test a while back. The other one seemed like more of a younger lady. I imagine she took the test recently, but the dwarf, he might know."
Oh, yeah,
I knew it would lead to
yeah,
them
we-
eventually.
We saw him. He ran by us not too long ago when we were talking to the conductor.
Oh, good thing you didn't see me.
Oh,
I give
not it.
Buffer a weird look on that one.
What?
Like a little inquisitive, like, why not?
Oh, he's a damn dwarf. I'm an dwarf.
Right? Is this
clan
is this like a gang warfare thing? Like,
His clan is, I mean, we're more closely aligned than we are with the Sus or the Lum, but we still don't see eye to eye by any stretch.
gotcha.
No, we'll keep that in mind when we go to speak to him.
Don't.
All
I
right,
would recommend not mentioning me when you do.
Yeah,
Good
figured as
shout,
much.
because I probably would have.
Well, sorry to keep you any longer. We are going to go talk to that dwarven conductor.
I'm going to go eat and then go to sleep.
Do we already know that he was kind of the nighttime conductor, or was this like just an assumption that we had made? Or
No, you guys saw them literally change shifts, I think.
okay, that's right. That's what was happening. Okay, yeah. Before Vera leaves, I'm like, whoa. Listen, if he is the nighttime conductor, like we would probably guess since they swapped, I don't know if it's a great idea to go find him right now.
How long ago was it that he walked away?
Well, we don't know that was him in the hallway, to be clear.
Oh, we don't? I thought
No.
I heard his
Did
voice.
Lily not tell you?
Well, I asked Lily, and she just gave me the little thumbs up like it's all good. She didn't necessarily say who it was. I didn't ask, to be clear. I just made sure everything was fine.
No, I said the conductor.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay. Never mind then.
And I'm going to, context clues, male voice, only male conductor, bing, bada, bing, bada, boom.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Sure, but are you trying to go find him now?
Oh, yeah, back to my question, like, how many minutes ago did he, like, walk away? Like, he can't have, like, passed out already, right? It's probably only been, like, how many minutes?
Well, I mean, that was before you went to talk with the Liebermans and stuff. I'll say it's been about 20 minutes.
That's right. I forgot that whole interlude in
Listen,
between.
Vera, even if it had been 5 minutes, I'm not trying to go interrupt a man that has a night shift. That's all I'm going to say about it. I think we just wait till tonight, and you can let the Liebermans know, because you're buddy apparently, that we can solve this by late tonight.
Yes, but the deal that I agreed with her was solve it before tonight.
Well, during tonight doesn't seem like pushing it too much farther. Listen, or you can tell them, or they can keep ghosts in their room. They're not gonna give a shit.
Yeah, okay. So it's like mid-afternoon, right, Hudson?
Yeah, I was about to say, at this point, it's like sort of getting to lunchtime, basically. You guys already ate.
Yeah, we had an early
like other
lunch.
people they're beginning to cycle in and out of the dining car as well. At this point, so it's like 1:30 p.m.
Okay. All right. I guess let's go regroup with Lily then. Which way does she go?
She was on the chair. I don't know where she went and did.
Back from the Liebermans, just because of the way things were ordered, she would not have been there. So you would have to, you would assume that she would be, to the left,
To
to the right, because you were coming from the right and you didn't see her on the way. So.
Okay, great. To the left we go then. Assumption.
Are we just gonna walk on through there? This feels like an interesting choice. All right, listen. If you want to go look for her, that's fine. I think she will come by, at some point. I'm not gonna continue to walk this path because we have gotten ourselves in enough shit trying to lie our way out of things.
You didn't tell Vera that you had the pocket watch, did you?
Nope. Nope, or bears.
No.
Definitely not. Did not say that a singular time to anybody.
I'm just curious because you don't seem to be in a rush to return it.
No, you don't you worry about Axel. He's good.
Okay, great. All right. Well, what do you want? What do you want to do in your spare time then?
I'm gonna go vibe out. Maybe talk to and I don't remember her name, but the girl that was gonna play the game with me.
Game.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called.
Emperor's Gambit?
Emperor's Gambit, maybe?
Emperor's Gambit is the name of the game.
Oh my god,
that's
dude,
why,
I'm just
that's why we keep Lily around. That's why we
I'm
keep
just
Lily
kind
around.
of better, huh?
You do just got it like that.
I think that's
In real life intelligence checks, there you go.
Yeah.
Why is Axel hesitant to go this way? Don't we have permission to go through here, don't we?
I mean, not.
Am I missing something?
No, last time we went, they were like, maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah, they got a little weird about it. So.
Right.
Ilsa she told you that if the staff gave you any issue, that you were supposed to tell them that you were invited to her cabin. But I mean, that doesn't necessarily extend to the staff.
To past her cabin.
Okay. Because. Oops. Sorry.
Yeah, I kind of put my hands up and I'm like, look, you do you. I'm gonna go chill for a little bit. I also haven't calmed down or recuperated. All right, after fighting and everything, so I'm trying to go chillax for a little bit.
All right, sounds good.
I will go. I presume I see the drink on the chair. Big
I would have
vibin'.
made it very apparent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it. I give a little smirk, and I pick it up. I'm like,
Before
yeah.
Vera gets here, can Nora make a hearing check because he would be on the lookout, but to see if he hears her.
I literally thought you were gonna hit me with like a. Can I poison the drink?
Yeah. You can make a hearing check with Noir.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I don't think Vera is trying to be like particularly stealthy, so yeah, you
No.
definitely hear Vera.
You crush.
Okay. I close the door.
Yeah, I will grab my drink and just be like, "Oh, look at that. She's not so bad." Just continue on.
Does Lily want to do anything else before I?
If I can lock the door from the inside, I would do that too.
Oh, yeah. No.
Okay.
You don't want to investigate anything before I get there, or like move around or anything.
I think Noir did most of the investigation while you guys were talking.
Okay. Try not to skip your turn again.
Yeah, I think you're good.
I'm good.
Boop, 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 boop.
I just kind of poke my head through. I'm like, good afternoon. Can I pass by to go speak with the conductor? I have a question for her.
Abigail glares at you as she was like busy cutting something up. She like looks back and glares at you, and then glares at Aaron. Aaron sort of jumps to his feet. He says, "Sorry, ma'am. The conductor is busy with the operation of the train. If there's a question, I'm happy to answer it."
It was questions relating to magic and the commission and all that. Wanted to pick their brains on some magical knowledge.
Well, I could certainly ask when the shift changes. I'd be happy to ask Miss Carmina if she'd be willing to speak with you again.
Sure. And how long with the ship? What was the other conductor's name again?
Conductor Ashhart.
Okay, one day I'll be able to remember character names. What about Conductor Ashhart? Has he passed by at all?
All right.
All right.
we're gonna do this.
Oh no.
Yep.
What do you mean?
The door behind you opens, and Conductor Ashhart storms out of it. His face is red. There's steam coming out of his ears and nostrils.
I made the correct choice.
You did. You would have lost the 50. You would have lost the 50.
I'm staying in my fucking room.
He shouts at you. He says, "Conductor Ashhart is right here. What do you want?"
You done fucked up.
Yeah, seriously, I wasn't being that loud. He didn't get a 20 on
You're talking right outside of his room.
You are about 1 foot away.
Fine. Alright, fine. Vera turns around and she's like, I see you're resting. I'm sorry. Apologies for that, especially since you work the night shift. That was rude of me to interrupt you like that.
You can make a persuasion check.
Huh?
Okay, 16. Seeing that you're being non-confrontational, he sort of puffs out his chest and takes a step forward. He says, "Well, very, very kind words. Now that you've already woken me up, what's your question? Hurry up."
If you don't mind, I wanted to pick your brain on some magical knowledge.
Spit it out, lady.
Oh, cool. All right. Oh, hold on. Shit, I forgot the question. I don't remember. I regurgitate the question to him? Something about the God-fearing Nubius, whatever. 16 years ago.
You can make an intelligence check real quick.
Oh.
Intelligence check. Oh no.
I think this is for you to remember the question.
Okay.
You son of a bitch.
The question
That's
was the
crazy.
first question, not the third question.
Cool.
And the question
Oh
is,
shit! Damn.
Your rolls will never
You're
not blow
right.
my mind.
Fuck, something about the fireball then. I regurgitate that question to him.
okay. Ashhart scowls and he says, "Why are you asking me? I'm not a commission member."
Well, shit. When you're right, you're right. No, but I was curious if you had any knowledge concerning the matter.
He frowns and takes his cap off and sort of starts messing around with it. He says, I mean, I took the damn test, though. That was 20 years ago, though. Answer back then was bat guano.
Oh, cool. Can you spell that out for me, Hudson? I don't know that word.
Like poop?
Huh. Well, that was extremely helpful, and I apologize again for disturbing your sleep, and if I could buy you a drink in the future, I will definitely do that.
He snorts and he says, he shakes his head. He says something about constables and offering me drinks today. And he goes back in his room, sort of grumbling, and slams the door shut behind him.
Have a good day.
Lily, you would have heard basically all that, I think. He was not being quiet.
I was specifically listening to.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you hear all that. We can do Axel. What would you like to do, Axel, in the meantime?
Well, I guess first, just walking through, is there anybody lunchtiming it up?
Yeah, Sergeant Eater. I can drag him there if you want me to.
You don't
Sergeant
have to.
Eater.
You don't have to. I'm just okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just walking through, just vibing, nothing unusual, acting as normal as possible.
Yeah, I guess I'll move him over there.
And then just these three. I was like, I mean, I don't start anything or give any looks unless looks are given my way as well.
Nah. Well, I mean, Wallach is always kind of looking at you. Yeah. The other two are kind of ignoring you, though.
That's fine. I mean, is it just like his typical, like how a guard would look at someone walking by the people, like?
No, I mean, he's still kind of,
That's son of a bitch.
He still kind of has like a taunting look on his face, but he's not saying anything. He just has that sort of smug look on his face.
Why does he give me taunting looks? I don't remember. Was this just from like our like conversation interactions? Like I feel like something happened that I don't remember happening.
Yeah, when you guys first encountered each other, you guys kind of measured each other as both fighters, and he was not impressed by you.
It's more that okay. That's what I thought it was, but I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
And beyond that, obviously, there was the incident with you and his employers, which
yes.
makes him think that he might get the leash taken off of him in the near future.
Yeah, walking by him, I suppose I just look at him for a second, but getting tired of this like game or whatever, I do the like very intentional ignore, where I just look straight forward and just like act very uninterested. Just keep on strutting.
Okay, he doesn't do anything for now.
Oh, or is anything happening here? I presume not. Nothing special.
No. The Kramer's just the kid is looking out the window. Kramer's looking at his papers.
Okay. I was like, other than this, I'm going all the way back to my room. So if there's anything in particular that's important.
Oh, okay. These two would actually not be here right now. I'll put them back in their rooms. Otherwise, Endel and Alina and Michael Stark are still in the same spot.
Okay. I don't. Yeah, I'm not talking about the Pugwash yet. Yeah, I'm just going back to my room.
Okay.
I was like, look at this.
Lily, is there anything in particular you'd like to do, or are you still sewing?
I like time taken into account. I'd probably still be sewing.
Okay. I guess Vera's not here right now. We'll wait a moment for her to get back. I didn't go to the bathroom. That's a perfect opportunity to do that.
Minute ad break. Suck it, viewers. Hey, but if you sub, you can avoid that ad.
If anybody have your primes.
Hold on, we have to wait for the 54-second ad to finish, and then we'll be like, now, if you hated that... if you absolutely hated that minute-long ad, guess what you can do? Hit the fattest prime of your life. And I ain't talking energy drinks.
Son of a bitch.
Is that how you really feel?
I'm sorry, shit keeps going wrong tonight.
You're fine. Huddy went and took a little bathroom break.
Right.
I was like, you didn't miss anything.
giant
I was like, I just went back to my room. Lily is sewing, and then he was going to see what you were doing, but then went to the restroom.
All right, I'm back. Is Vera back?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you'd like to do?
Lily still didn't pass me, right? No one passed her.
No.
What? God. I don't think Vera would do this 3 times in a row. That'd be too stupid for her. Even 2 times is too stupid. Oh, God. Well, I don't know. Vera does not know where Lily is, so I guess I'll go find Axel.
If you didn't
Okay.
like the ad,
Where is he?
you can prime sub. Drop your prime, and you would.
So we'll. Oh, now I hear an echo.
Any primers?
Oh, I'm echoing again.
Yeah.
God.
No, it's fine.
What's up?
Okay.
Any primers?
So, Vera, you can go ahead and make an investigation check. And unless you guys have any objections, I'll go ahead and move time forward a little bit, as all of you are kind of
I was like,
chilling out. Doing various things.
I do say in my room I'm chilling, and then I also want to just examine this pocket watch to see if there is something weird or special about it, or if it is just a regular old doodad.
Okay. Sure.
And when he described this pocket watch, because he, apparently went into great detail, is this looking like exactly what he described?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vera, go to make an investigation check. Axel, go to make a sleight of hand check.
Oh, okay. You can kind of
Am I
crazy
still
with that.
echoing?
Echo.
Am I
no,
echoing?
not for me.
I don't hear it.
I investigate shit.
Okay. So it does, like I said, so Vera wanders around trying to find Axel and does eventually find him in the room. However, time will have skipped at that point. So we'll go and move to
Wait, did you say investigation or intelligence?
investigation. It would be the same thing, I think, for you.
Oh, okay.
Can I edit the...
I will say, having an inventory that you can just pee poof things into makes it really easy to hide things.
True.
Oh.
It's
Um,
quite
out?
convenient.
I mean, it's fine if it's too late, but I kind of wanted to talk to Sergeant Eater.
Yeah, sure. We can do that. I'll say, so you're wandering around looking for Axel, and you see Sergeant Ito and take advantage and speak with him.
Right.
He gives you a nod, says, "Ma'am."
Good afternoon. I don't suppose you've seen Axel pass by?
He nods and he says, "Yeah, he passed by a little bit ago."
Okay. In what direction?
He points to the right there.
Wonderful. Can I ask you just another question, just real quick, and then I just kind of like sit down real quick since no one else is in the cabin.
He shrugs. He says, "Sure."
Wonderful. Concerning how you were able to perceive who or what I am, I don't suppose you've come across anyone else like me on this train?
He tilts his head to the side. He says, "Why are you asking? Do you know someone else like you?"
No, that's why I was asking you.
He folds his arms and sort of sits back into the chair. He says, "Look, lady, I got nothing in particular against your kind, except the Emperor, I'm sworn to obey his commands. One of his commands is to make sure people like you aren't interacting with the civilians, with the citizens of this mighty empire. That said, It's not so much that I pegged you for a cleric. It's more that I didn't peg you as anything else. I don't know how better to explain it than that.
Mm. And no one else on this train is similar to me in that position then.
He shakes his head. He says, "No, I haven't noticed anyone. I will say, it wouldn't be that hard to hide it. I'm sure that I've come across undercover clerics in Corlita before, and not known it. It just you got to learn how to hide these sorts of things. There's just something about healers. I think it's something in their stance and the way that they walk and the way that they look around at everyone. I guess. Like I said, I it's not a conscious thing for me. It's just I had a feeling, and I wasn't even certain. It wasn't until Buffer came across and asked me about y'all that I thought I felt a little bit more confident that I knew what I was dealing with.
Have you known Buffer for quite a while? Kind of an odd combo, you two.
He shrugs and he says, I only met him today, or yesterday, I suppose, but I was aware of him. He's the Dwarven ambassador in Corlita, so person in my position, we get to know the big names around town. I wouldn't say he's a particularly big name, but enough so that I knew him.
Well, I appreciate your straightforwardness, Sergeant Eater, and I look him in the eye when I say this. I'm like, and I promise you, I do not mean any funny business to any of the people on this train. Like I said, sir, I serve to protect everyone on this train, not harm them.
He nods as you leave, and he says, I'd hate to have to kill you, miss. I really would.
And I appreciate that sentiment. Have a good rest of your meal. Vera genuinely appreciates those words. Those are some solid. Okay. So time skips forward, and I.
Oh yeah. So Vera wanders around, finally finding Axel in his room. Axel, with a 12 on the sleight of hand check, you do a cursory examination of the pocket watch, and you don't find anything particularly unusual about it. That said, if you'd like to try, you can try to take it apart. However, that could potentially damage the pocket. You're not able to put it back together again.
I mean, like, am I allowed to ask what this roll/check would be? Because in my head, I'm a smart person, and so if it's using, like, intelligence to kind of disassemble and put it back together. And the other part would be, like, do I feel like this would be an easy task to take it apart, or is there, like, assumedly a bunch of small gears and stuff? Like, can I pop the back off and just kind of look at all, or is it, like, I would have to possibly damage to even do that?
With the 12, that was kind of what the 12 was for, is that, like, you messing around with it. You get the sense, it would be kind of complicated. And it's not just, like, pop off the back. It's, like, unscrew these particular screws and, like, take apart piece by piece.
Okay, he won't go that far with it. He will... I guess with the quick look, he'll put it back in his inventory and probably just lay down at this point, just use the time to kind of recoup. It's been a bit of a long day. A lot has gone on, so...
Okay. So a number of hours pass. It becomes around midday, or around dinner time. Do you all go to dinner, or?
At whatever time, when I think it was after dinner, but at whatever time the conductor shift is happening, I would like to be like by her room, since she said she was going to teach me Emperor's Gambit.
Okay. Sure. So basically, dinner time is around 6, and the conductor shift changes about at 7.
Okay. Then yes.
Dinner.
Okay. Everyone attends dinner.
I'll be going to dinner.
Okay. It's a fairly quiet affair. You do notice 2 things. First of all, Buffer is not there.
Concerning.
Second, neither is Joseph Wallach. Other than that, dinner is fairly quiet. The Starks and the Kramers don't speak to each other. Everyone appears to be fairly happy. It goes smoothly enough. Towards the end of dinner, what would you guys like to do? So I'll say this is getting closer to the shift change at around 7.
Yeah, I would go like again to the front of her room. Still, while being in her room, if Alma comes in, that's fine. But like, I am not leaving until I hear her coming back and the other guy already being gone.
Okay.
So Axel, you went to dinner too? Is that where I met up with you?
Yeah, well, I will say at dinner too, if we all ate dinner together, I was gonna bring the pocket watch up.
Did Lily eat dinner with us?
I mean, I was planning to, and I was just gonna tell Alma, and then I was either gonna stay in Alma's room or the empty room, and then wait for. Yeah, that was my plan.
Yeah, I assume you guys would want to eat dinner together to keep things looking normal,
Yes.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Can you
is
drive
Lily
me? Because it's
gonna do
annoying to hit all the doors.
thing first, or
I imagine Vera. Well, what's Axel up to, if anything?
Well, yeah. Are we gonna have the pocket watch? Because I was gonna have the pocket watch conversation. Well, actually, is a lot of people around us at dinner?
Yeah.
I presume. Never mind then. He's not bringing up dinner. Is Rebecca eating lunch, or Rachel?
Dinner.
Whichever one. Whatever.
Rachel.
One of the two
Yeah,
are names.
sure.
Rachel.
Here, no, I mean we can. Here, let's do the dinner thing if you guys. We can. Do
I was
the
like, we
dinner
don't
thing,
have to
it's
do a
fine.
whole conversation. I just don't know who is added and who's not.
I will put everyone on the map who is supposed to be there.
Click.
my God, they're appearing out of nowhere.
My door is locked. I can't leave.
That's really funny,
I've
actually.
locked you in.
I've jumped off the
There you
tree.
go. Here, I'll fly you over there. Whee!
Whee!
Oh my God! Wow.
Yay!
We made it.
Yeah. Oh, and Michael Stark is there as well.
I guess I confirmed to Alma that her do I need to make a check? Actually, could I do like whatever she wanted me to do, and then could I add a little finesse, and then could that
you know.
finesse like if you wanted it to be a check, or just add a little design or something to whatever I was doing?
Yeah. So this would be a sleight of hand check.
Add a little
Also,
something.
you can roll with advantage. Since this is what Lily's previous life was all about, right?
Yeah.
Or, like maybe not literally sewing everything herself, but I imagine she's at least a skilled sewer.
She was a fashion designer. So she'd be very skilled.
Yeah. So you can make a sleight of hand with advantage. 17. Yeah. Not literally your best work, but like you improve upon what was already there and make it a little fancier, appreciably so.
Well, Mademoiselle Alma, the all of the sewing is done, and I made it look a little better, if you don't mind.
Alma grins. She says, "Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing it. I mean, they're just secondhand and kind of old, but every little bit helps when you're on a salary like I am."
Does Alma look like mature? Like what age does she look like?
She's like mid-20s.
Okay. Okay, then never mind. I won't say what I was gonna say.
In any case, she says, "Well, thank you so much, Miss Lily. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it kept the boredom away, at least for the afternoon."
Oh yes. Thank you so much, Z. Listen, the train is really cool, but it's only really cool for like the first 2 days.
Alma nods and like lets out a long sigh. She says, "Yeah, tell me about it."
I chuckle, give a little bow in her general direction, and I'd like to do the little walking thing that Noir does of like guiding me to keep appearances.
Sure. Is there anything else you guys like to do at dinner?
Yeah, Axel, you're not gonna mention anything then?
Not with this many people around. Fuck no.
Yeah.
I would mention to the group though and be like, hey, before we go to bed at night, we need to have a little team meeting.
Sure.
might have some stuff, and plus I think it's good that at least once a night we get a chance to all kind of figure out what the plans are.
I might be staying up a little late tonight, so I guess if it comes down to it, don't wait for me.
Well, in that case, because I think this is important for all of us, we'll do it tomorrow morning.
Okay, because I was gonna say right after dinner, third time's the charm, right?
I turn to Vera and I go, "Hey, listen, I just want you to know I will not be there."
And I lean close to Vera, and from what I can see, your guardian angel is not here either.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering where Buffer went.
I give you a little like punch on the shoulder. So, sonst fail.
What did Lily say?
Don't fail.
Don't fail.
Oh, okay.
But French.
Yeah, well, yeah, I ran all around this train trying to get these goddamn answers to pass that stupid test, so I'd better pass.
Mm.
Alright, well, if... and Vera's just gonna finish up dinner and be on her way. All I ask is that in the morning, just, make sure I'm not dead, please.
Oh, hey, if we don't find you in your room, we know where to go get you.
We're to collect the body.
Yeah. We know
Yeah.
where to find it.
Okay, so Vera finishes the dinner first. I imagine she would probably we'll go with her first, since it'd be a whole hour
That's
until the shift change. Unless Axel is doing something in particular in that time.
I was gonna go talk to Rachel real quick, like.
Okay, yeah, let's do that then. Real quick,
I was like
since
mainly
Vera's
just
with
to
dinner.
set up the time. Finished dinner. Vera's walked off. Just kind of walk over and, hey, sorry to bother you, but just curious, when were you wanting to meet up tonight?
So Rachel and Irina were kind of like laughing, sort of whispering to each other and sort of giggling, trying to keep quiet. They both look up at your approach. Rachel says, "Oh, hello, Mr. Axel. How's about in an hour or so?"
Yeah, I mean that works for me. And had we set a location last week? Did we say my room? Or did we say...
She said your room.
Okay,
That's what
fine.
she said.
That's fine then. That's what she said. Yeah, that's fine. We'll just keep that. Yeah, no, that sounds great. Yeah, that's fine. And I kind of somewhat awkwardly just start walking off. It's like, oh, see you then.
She calls after you and says, "I don't know if you're much of a drinker, but I would be happy to imbibe a little bit. Take the edge off in the evenings, you know."
Oh, yeah. I'm a little frazzled at this point. It's like, yeah, of course. I'll have some in the room. Don't worry about it.
Okay. You can make an insight check if you actually. I feel like Axel. I'll let you make an insight check at disadvantage since I don't think this is what you're focusing on right now.
Well, I don't know what it's for, but probably not.
Okay. Yeah.
7, let's go.
All right. So Axel walks back to his seat, having established.
I was gonna say he was gonna go to Alma and request whatever really nice bottle of alcohol he could get, and then head to his room and like even though there's not much to tidy up, like just super like okay, I gotta make sure it's good, gotta make sure it's nice.
All right. In terms of alcohol selection, the priciest thing on the menu are like these really fancy wines. There are other hard liquors though. The cheaper stuff would be more the beers and the meads.
What did she say? Just to drink? She just said alcohol in general. She didn't.
She was not specific.
Fuck. Okay, actually, no, this works. I'm gonna get kind of like like one of every like type, but not the most expensive, right? So I'm gonna get like an okay bottle of wine, an okay hard liquor, and then like if they have like a thing of beer or something.
Okay. I mean, Alma like nods. I guess you have a menu. If you're getting a whole bottle of each of them, that's probably gonna wipe out most of your gold. Just to warn you.
Okay, how much are we talking?
For the wine, it'd be about 5 gold. For the
Jesus
liquor,
Christ.
it'd be 2 to 3, and for the beer it'd be about 1 gold.
Okay. I kind of itch my head, and I'm like, we'll just do the wine.
Okay. So she activates the trade, and it costs 5 gold. So she takes that from you, and she returns with the wine. It's you can put Grecian wine in your inventory.
All right. As I'm going back to my room, I'm praying she likes wine.
Okay. We'll do Vera then, as Axel heads back to his room. Vera, what would you like to do?
Grecian.
Heaving sigh and open this door.
Okay. Joseph Wallach is sitting in there.
Does he notice me? What's going on?
Yeah, he looks over at you, and he tilts his head and looks at you and says, "Howdy, miss."
I tilt my head back and I go, "Hello, sir."
Lieberman's wanted me to keep an eye on this place while you guys were busy at dinner and whatnot. You come to clear up the problem here?
Yes, I'm fairly confident this time, yes.
All right.
Third time's a charm.
Well, here's how it is, miss. I can take care of this issue. Just bring out the ghosts and I'll give them a wallop with my hammer. That said, if you do that, Miss Lieberman said I'm entitled to half the reward, and he has like this big grin on his face. That said, she did specify that if you request not be here for it, that'd be fine too, and you get the full reward. So, up to you.
Well, I did go through all this work to gather all this information, so I do appreciate the offer, but I'm gonna have to try and handle this myself.
He shrugs his massive shoulders and walks outside. He says, "Hey, your funeral."
Can I call out to him before he walks away completely?
Sure.
One more question, Mr. Wallach. I suppose you've seen Mr. Light-Eye around anywhere?
Wallach shakes his head. Nope, can't say I have. And the old dwarf's hard to miss. That belly of his. And he lets out a sort of mean laugh.
Okay. Well, all right then. I just give him a nod and then I enter the room.
All right.
Close that goddamn door. Muttering to myself, I swear to God, ghosts. Oh God, help me if I don't get these questions right. Come morning.
As you are in there, Alice appears of her own accord. She looks like a little bit more complete right now. Like there's a little bit of color to her otherwise pale blue skin. She looks somewhat excited. She says, "Oh, hello, are you ready to take the test again? Or are you ready to take the test?" She would not say again.
Okay, but I was about to say, wait a minute. So she clearly doesn't remember me, right?
Yeah, she doesn't remember you taking the test previously. She does recognize you, though, as being the person who's supposed to take the test.
Okay. Yeah, yes, I suppose I am. Third time's the charm, right? Also, Alice, I don't suppose... Am I echoing again?
A little bit. It's not
sounds fine to me, but...
I do.
It's not
Okay,
terrible,
so the
though.
curse is only on my end? Wonderful. Anyways, Alice, I don't suppose, are you able to move objects around and everything?
Alice says, "Of course."
Great. I don't suppose if I passed out completely, you could, like, put me on that couch, huh? How we feel about that?
Pass out?
Yeah.
No, you're supposed to take the test.
Yeah, but, like, if you see me knocked out on the ground, I would just appreciate it. Anyways, great. Let's start this test.
Okay. This time, she does not call Mother just appears at the
Hello,
foot of the bed,
Mother.
already standing up.
Darling dearest.
She says, "Are you prepared to take the test?"
Vera gives just a great cry and is like, yeah, already knocked on my ass the third time. Let's go.
Very well. First question. What is the commission-approved material component of a fireball spell?
Back one.
Second question. What is the commission-designated level of the whirlwind spell?
7.
Third question. What is the school of magic most commonly practiced in the god-frightened Anubix theocracy?
If a god exists, please protect me. Heliomancy.
Mother nods, and she steps forward and very quickly reaches out and grabs your hand. Her fingers burn a little bit, and they feel cold all at once. Just a variety of unpleasant sensations around your wrist as she stares at you with her pale blue, ghostly eyes. She says, "You passed the test."
Wonderful.
Let's go.
And I just kind of waiting for her reaction. Like, where do we go from here?
He seems to be expecting you to say something.
God damn it. No. Oh, wonderful. I'm very happy that I passed the test. So what next?
What school?
Right. Can you remind me of my options? Just, I just like people lining them out for me,
You can make a persuasion check.
Jesus Christ, I swear to God, if you knock me out for a third time, if I fail this, yeah, so far.
Okay, 17. You're killing these persuasion checks today.
These checks are absurd.
So you never roll well.
All right. She nods slowly, and she says, "Conjuration, necromancy, evocation, abjuration, transmutation, divination, enchantment, illusion."
You know what? Conjuration?
She nods, and she grips your wrist even tighter, and then lets go. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. That was an ability check, but I think it's the same thing for you anyway. 14. Okay. So plus 3. Okay. So you only take 2 points of fire damage as something is burned into the flesh of sort of your inner wrist.
Cool.
Mother, however, she looks around and her eyes settle on Alice. She says, "All right, Alice, the test is administered. We can go home." Alice smiles brightly and takes Mother's hand as she stretches out to Alice. "Oh, good. I've been looking forward to seeing everyone again." She and Mother walk out the door, ignoring the door, obviously. And
Of course.
yeah, leaving you alone in the room.
Vera, just covers her face with her hands and goes, "Oh, thank God."
All right.
We don't have to recover the body. Let's go.
In the meantime, we'll do Lily. The shift change does occur. I suppose Lily, you said that you would be there for that, right?
Yeah. I would either be hiding in the empty room or Alma's room.
Okay.
Just so I don't have to talk to the dwarf.
Okay.
Back at the right time.
Sure. The flying Lily. She's the new ghost.
Lily.
Yeah, so you hear the dwarf exit his room and go out into the hallway. He is not quiet. A short time later, softer footsteps come into the hallway. Carmina steps through the door there, closing it behind her. Says, "Oh, hello, Lily. Had a pleasant dinner, I hope."
As pleasant as it normally is.
All right. She opens the door again and gestures. She says, "You want to have a seat over here? I'll grab the board."
I would love to. Where's over here?
Oh, Carmina moves forward and takes your arm, I suppose. Actually,
yeah.
that's what she does if you let her.
Yeah. If anything, I tried to be more touchy even.
Okay. She sets you, like, she guides you to the seat and sits you down there. She says, "All right, I'll be right back." She goes into her room and then comes out. Sitting across from you, she sets a board onto the table and she says, "Oh, okay. So, I suppose it's a little more complicated, but you'll be able to feel the pieces, I think." And she gives you each piece individually. And encourages you to sort of check them out.
Yeah.
Basically, so I suppose, is Lily familiar with like chess?
Yeah.
Okay. So go to make an intelligence check, just a straight intelligence check to see how quickly you can sort of pick up the rules to this game as she explains them. 10. Okay. So it's not actually that similar to chess. There's a board that you can see the entirety of both sides of. It's a turn-based game. However, the rules for pieces taking each other are somewhat complicated. So there are traditional sort of fantasy elements. There's knights, priests, wizards, dragons, etc., etc. Your first thing is you pick which units that you want. And then the second thing is you place them onto the board in a particular order, and then they fight each other. Certain units have certain advantages against other units. It's not super complicated, but it's definitely more complicated than chess.
Yeah.
A little more like
Lily
Warhammer.
picks it up moderately quickly. Yeah, it is kind of like a Warhammer style war game. I would say simpler than Warhammer, but yeah. Lily picks this up relatively quickly. Carmina goes into a fairly long explanation of the battlefield, which there are apparently different battlefields that are released every couple years. This one is a fairly recent one, which represents a mountain pass. She, like, because you can't see it, she explains it to you in great detail. At least she thinks you can't see it.
Yeah.
Which takes a while. Towards the end, though, she runs you through a practice game. Are you trying to win?
I'm trying to win.
Okay. Make a tactics check.
He said, "Fuck yeah, I'm trying to win, bro."
What do you think this is?
We don't give no free shit out around here. Come on now.
I'm gonna be bad, but I'm gonna do it right. God damn it.
Okay. She doesn't hold back, sort of taking it as a learning experience for both of you. She crushes you pretty handily, but by the end of it, you do feel like you're at least getting sort of the hang of it. You feel like it'll take a few more games before you're really comfortable with the rule set. But
Yeah, if she like sufficiently beat me by the end of the game, I chuckle and go, "That is why I like you. Do not let me win."
Carmina grins and she says, "Well, in my classes back in Novus, there was no such thing as grading curves or anything like that. You kind of either sunk or you swam. So I figure it helped me learn. I figure it might help you learn."
That seems like a very good strategy to me.
I'll tell you what, though, nothing wrong with a little bit of an advantage on your part. And she walks over and grabs a bottle of the whiskey and returns to the chair. How much did Lily drink earlier? Just out of curiosity.
Can I, once it was like past the half, I think I stopped after Alma's thing. Yeah, from my inventory, I pull out the rest of what's left in mine. I'm like, I am way ahead of you.
Her eyebrows raised. She says, "Oh, you're having a bit of fun without me, I see."
Go. Is her bottle empty or not empty but full?
It's full, yeah.
It's full. What am I supposed to do while you are working? Everybody in here is boring.
She chuckles. She sets the bottle down. She says, "All right, well, no sense in opening up a new one with you having one that clearly needs to be finished off."
But leave it on the table.
She grins. All right. Unless there's any particular like questions you wanted to ask her, or insights that you'd like to get, she continues playing Emperor's Gambit and drinking with you.
No, I think I'm genuinely just trying to get better at the game, and win brownie points where and when I can.
Okay. Not that hard to do. She's clearly like this is like what she would enjoy doing with almost anyone, and she does like you, so that's just an added bonus. She's having a fun time.
Easy peasy.
In the meantime, another person is getting taught Emperor's Gambit, I suppose.
This can only.
Are you going back to your? You went back to your room, right, Axel?
Yes, I after getting the alcohol, I went back to the room and I was trying to pretty up my 10-foot by 5-foot space we got going here.
Nice. All right.
Wee.
All right. Actually, can I cancel that movement? Oh, yes, I can. Okay. There's a light knock on your door.
Yeah. I walk over and open the door.
Rachel's there. She has one small flower in her hand, and she offers it to you.
Oh shit. Quite flustered. I'm like, yeah, no, yeah, thank you. That was really sweet. And I'll go ahead and reach out for it.
Beams at you. She says, well, just a little taste of the flowers that Irina and I have been growing. Not exactly our best work, but we can do a little bit, even without a proper greenhouse. So.
Is this any kind of earthly flower, or is this something I've never seen in my life before?
No, it does appear to be. What are those purple flowers? I can't remember their names.
Tulips.
I was like, blue bonnets are kind of purpley, but that's all I know.
It might be a tulip.
Lavender,
That's probably what I'm thinking
lilac,
of.
hydrangea.
I think lilac was
Tulips
more.
aren't really purple; they're more.
If it's a more specific flower, Axel would not. He would not know it. I was more
Okay.
if it was like a daisy or a rose or a sunflower, like the kind of like
No,
typical
yeah, it
stuff.
wouldn't be one of the more common flowers. It'd be a little unusual to you, maybe.
Okay, he would still appreciate it, but would not know. Do we have anything in our room like a sink or anything?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I will take the glass from the whiskey earlier and kind of rinse it out, and then put some water in it, and just set the little flower inside the little water cup.
Okay. Rachel, she says, "All right," and I have this as well. And she, from a little satchel to her side, she takes out a sheet of paper and some playing pieces. She says, "Well, not a lot of room to set up, but I don't mind. Should we sit on the bed?"
Yeah. it's like really flusters him. He's like, no, yeah, that's fine. That's cool.
She sidles by you and sits on the far side of the bed. She puts the paper down, unfolding it. What's there is it's a drawn thing. I mean, you wouldn't know this obviously, but just for purposes of comparison, Carmina had a proper board. Rachel just has a hand drawing, basically, of what appears to be a forest. It is gridded out, but it is clearly a amateurish sort of thing.
Yeah. So I actually, I'm like, so what are we talking difficulty scale here?
I'm sure it's nothing you can't handle, she says with a grin.
Hey, sometimes I even impress myself with my unknowing in games, but like I said last, always down to try.
All right, sure. It's not too complicated. She begins going into an explanation as well. Uh, similar explanation to what was given to Lily.
Mm-hmm.
She suggests that you guys do a practice game. You're trying to win.
Yes, Axel's extremely competitive, and he does have a fairly strategic mind. But it wasn't one to like do very many games.
Okay. All right.
Is this just tactics check?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, this is canonical, baby. He's
I think
flustered.
it's fairly strategical mind.
Yeah, hey, he's flustered right now, bro. He's nervous.
That's funny. That's actually funny. Rachel is like looking at you as you're playing. She seems to be pretty distracted. She like keeps looking around your cabin, sort of shuffling from side to side. By the end of it, you get the sense that she made a lot of bad moves, and then you made a lot of bad moves because you didn't know what to do, and it ends up being more or less a tie. I'll say with like I'll say she does win, but just like barely by like the last unit standing basically.
Okay. Yeah. At that point, I look up and I'm like, "Are you taking it easy on me?"
Rachel chuckles. She says, "Sorry, it's just been a while since I've been alone with a person like you."
Oh, you're killing me, Huds. Okay. Yeah, Axel, like, I tense up quite a bit. I'm like, yeah, no, it is, and he does a little, like, kind of scratching behind the head. It is really nice to have some really nice company.
Rachel grins and nods. She says, "Yeah, it is, isn't it? Anyway, do you have any? Did you happen to get anything to drink?"
Oh, yeah. And he will, I guess, pull it out of his inventory. His fancy bottle of wine. And he'll pull it out and be like, I didn't really know what you liked, but this looked good. Like very much like looking for approval, like not really knowing.
Just a second.
It's gonna be really awkward when she hates wine.
She grins widely and she says, "Oh, that's perfect. I think that's my favorite vintage. That's from that one place in Grisha, I think. Let me see." She reaches out for the bottle.
Yeah, I breathe like a huge sigh of relief. And I'm like internally in my head, I'm like, oh, thank God. But I just hand it to her.
She takes it, looks at its label. She says, "Oh yeah." I don't know what the label is specifically, but she says, "I recognize this vineyard. I've had a few bottles from there. They're really good. Let's see if this one holds up the vineyard's name, huh?" And she pops the cork off.
And I would assume I would have grabbed glasses with it. Pull them out.
Yeah, I think Axel has like all the glasses still, even though he said
that's true. He does. He does have 2 glasses that he didn't get. That's true. He would actually. This would be perfect because he has the glass 3 that Lily left him. Yeah, which is holding the flower, and then his 2 extra. This is perfect.
Yeah. She pours out some drinks. You guys. She starts sort of laughing a lot as she gets a little bit giggly as she drinks. She offers to play another game, but she doesn't pay too much attention to it. She's mostly looking at you. Would you like to? Are you trying to win the game?
He.
So I'll give you the options here. Like if you're really trying to win, you can just roll. If you're like trying to win but not paying a ton of attention to it, you can roll at disadvantage. That's what
I think that would be the situation where like he does still kind of want to win, but he's like he is very focused on other things going on.
Okay. Go and roll a tactics check with disadvantage then.
Where's their tactics? Get rolled and smoked, Rachel. Dog shit.
Just, Axel's sort of natural instinct is sort of picking up the game, and the fact that Rachel is pretty distracted and drinking as well. You do win fairly decisively. She like claps as you win, and she says, "Oh, you are natural. Look at that."
Do I feel like I won out of her not knowing what she's doing, or me actually picking it up fast? This is important for Axel's response here.
you get the sense that she made some bad moves, but you are kind of you did pretty okay.
Okay.
Get that.
So a little bit of both.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Okay. I'm just like, oh, you know what? Beginner's luck. Beginner's luck.
She laughs and continues drinking. Is Axel drinking a fair amount? Like, what's the?
He will be probably matching her pace plus probably slightly more. Being pretty nervous, trying to loosen the nerves up. So he's probably drinking pretty heavily.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
No way this goes bad.
Okay. You're doing okay. You are getting a little tipsy, but you're not gonna throw up or anything like that.
Not yet, baby.
As she continues drinking, she doesn't try to start another game. She just starts talking. She doesn't really ask you too many questions. She mostly just talks about what her and Irina's plans are for the flower stall, where they're going to set up, things like that. Their ideas for what flowers they're going to plant. Some random stuff about how they're going to set up their greenhouse, things like that.
Yeah, as well as I could, I would probably try to steer the direction of that. Of like, anytime a question got to me, I'd try to like short answer and like kind of be like, oh, well, like, what about you? Blah, blah, blah.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's not too hard. She seems to enjoy talking about it. Towards the end of her sort of discussing these things, though, she says, well, listen, Axel, have you and your friends thought about our offer about, the job in Duran? I it's only been a little bit, but I thought you might have spoken with your friends about it.
Were we all there for that?
Just you.
It was just me?
No, it was just Vera, actually.
I was like, I don't think that was me.
Was it Vera?
I didn't have that
Oh, I thought it was
conversation.
you.
Yeah.
I thought that's how the Emperor's Gambit conversation came up. Oopsies.
Yeah, Vera
No,
never
was that
told
my
us about
notes?
that, right? Or did she?
Shit, what?
I don't think that she did. She was.
Okay,
I think
I
she was
didn't
going
think so.
when the ghost showed up.
Oh,
Okay, that's what I
my
thought.
notes are wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I won't lie about it. I kind of look at her like a little inquisitively, and I'm like, the job offer? Trying to like what?
Oh, I assume that Vera would have told you about it. Miss Vera, we talked to her about it, me and Irina.
Being a little sauced as well. I laugh really hard, and I'm like, hey, listen, Vera's great. She can miss a few beats every now and then, so it wouldn't surprise me if she forgot one or two things.
Well, good thing your group has someone like you, a little more conscientious. But the offer then, I mean, I don't want to be too forward or anything, but like I said, so Irina and me were planning on setting up a flower stall with proper greenhouse, stuff like that. What I was just telling you about. The thing is, though, the businesses in Duran, they are kind of cutthroat. They might send some tough guys, thugs, to try to tear down our place before we can even get started, or intimidate us, things like that. It would be helpful to have a group like yours who's capable and just to stand outside and look tough for maybe a week or two until the other businesses get the message and back off.
Yeah, on this I definitely like straighten up, trying to kind of sober up in my head a little bit. I'm just like, I mean, hey, I can look intimidating when I need to. Doing like the goofy puff out my chest, like very exaggerated, showing it off.
She grins and she says, I mean, I asked Vera, but to be honest, I was mostly asking her in the hopes that you would join. No offense to your companions, of course, but you're the most tough-looking member of your group, and it's by a pretty wide margin.
Yeah, hey. And it's good because, well, they don't look it, we all got our tough side. But, I mean, obviously I gotta talk to him, but if Vera seemed on board, I think it sounds like something we could definitely manage, but, gotta talk to Lily about it.
I'm sure. Well, I mean, I'm sure if you're in favor of it, I doubt that they would oppose it. You're kind of the leader of your group, right?
Axel for a second kind of like looks up and thinks about it. He's like, well, I would love to claim that role. I'm technically the trainee of the group right now.
Rachel snorts and she says, well, I mean, I'm sure that once you get back to Rheintal, that'll be corrected in short order. At least if you're commanding officer or whoever is in charge of you has any sense.
Who Axel's starting to crumble under the compliments. uh, at this point, like he's not red faced because it hasn't been like absurd, but just very very feeling it. Is very like loosening up, I guess. Just yeah. I really should be the captain, right?
Rachel nods and she says, "I mean, that would certainly be my opinion, but I'm just a civilian. I don't know about these sorts of things. All I know is I would feel a lot more comfortable and a lot more safe if you were standing outside of our flower stall. And like I said, I understand the work is beneath a person like you, but it would just be for a week or two, and it'd really help us out." She at this point she reaches forward and sort of puts a hand on your knee, trying to be like nonchalant about it.
Oh yeah. As soon as there's physical contact, just like red face, just like, phew. I'm just like, oh yeah, no, yeah, and it's the work's not beneath us. It always gotta help a pretty lady like yourself out. And then immediately after saying pretty lady, just kind of like, oh.
She laughs, chuckles. She says, "Oh, well, that's very flattering." She takes her hand back. She says, "Well, anyway, I think we've both had a fair amount to drink. This was fun, though, Axel. How would you feel about doing this again tomorrow night, maybe?"
Oh, please, of course. I mean, I gotta make sure it's not just beginner's luck.
Right. Something tells me that isn't going to be the case, but it's worth testing that theory out, I suppose. Um, she sidles past you again, very small room, fair amount of physical
Yeah.
contact there, and she does not avoid that physical contact as she leaves.
Yeah, he will fall. Did she grab the stuff? I mean, I assume she did, like the games and everything.
No, she did not.
Son of a bitch. All right. For now, I kind of just like do the turn around and fall back on the bed, just like staring at the ceiling. It's just like, what am I getting myself into?
All right. With that, I guess we'll go back to Vera, who has completed her ghost mission. What would you like to do, Vera?
Can I quickly check out whatever the hell is on my wrist?
Sure.
No.
There is a mark on your wrist. It looks like a brand. It's made with this sort of like, it has like a bluish tint to it though, so it's not like a proper burn mark. It's like a blue burn mark, if that makes sense. It's like the same pattern as a burn mark, but with this weird blue tint to it.
Whoa, great. Can I feel anything weird coming off of this brand mark?
You can make a mana sense check.
You sure? Where are you? There you are.
Yeah, there is a faint mana signature coming off of the brand. It's very slight. Does Vera have a flavor description for her mana sense stuff?
Yeah, I was gonna go with something like a fuck, I don't know, like a wind blowing on top of a snowy mountain or some shit.
Some shit.
So like nature-y, that sort of thing?
I guess so. I was just imagining like just cold winter.
Like what it feels to chew 5 gum.
Okay. So winter and coldness. Sure. So in terms of wind, this is the wind above the highest peak. It's a cold wind up in the clouds, very faint, but if you're up there, very noticeable.
Great. All right, she firmly covers that mark with her sleeve, and then I'm gonna go get that fantastic reward.
Okay. You find the Liebermans in the dining car as you head over there. It's otherwise fairly cleared out. The Liebermans appear to have been kind of waiting for your arrival, or the arrival of Joseph Wallach. Ilsa looks over at you and says, "Oh, good to see you. How have things progressed?"
Well, it's officially done. It's all cleared out now.
Ilsa, her eyes widen. She says, "Oh, well, that's fantastic news. I hope you aren't offended that I sent Wallach to make sure that things got done. I wanted to make sure this was dealt with one way or the other."
Of course. If anything, the help was appreciated.
Did Wallach help you? Because if so, he's entitled to half the reward.
No. I was set in doing this on my own.
Ilsa grins. She says, "Well, look at that." She stands up and reaches out a hand. She says, "I appreciate a capable woman." She reaches out her hand.
Yes, I also reach out my hand.
She grabs your hand, and a trading screen pops up. Are you willing to accept the transfer of 200 gold pieces?
Hell yeah.
Okay. With the transaction finished, Ilsa pumps your hand once in a proper handshake and sits back down. She says, "Oh, thank you, Miss Vera. You've proven very capable. Now my husband and I will get a good night's sleep." And she looks over at Moses, who sort of reluctantly looks up at you. He says, "Yes, Constable Vera, your help is certainly appreciated. I hope that the reward is more than generous and indicates our great gratitude for your assistance."
Of course. Thank you. And enjoy the rest of your meal. Let me know if there's anything else I can help you guys with in the future.
All right.
Just mosey my way.
Is there anything else that Vera would like to do before she goes to bed?
I kind of, just glancing around for any sign of Buffer. Kind of
Okay.
like peering around wherever I pass.
Sure. Yeah, I'll zoom you back to your room. He is not. Everyone's sort of heading back to their cabins at this point. You don't see anyone else in the train compartments.
We don't know where
bears.
Buffer's cabin is, do we? Did he tell us?
I do.
He did tell you,
I think he told
I
us.
think Lily would have in any case, but I think Buffer specifically told you that his cabin was next to your guys's.
Okay.
So it's right here.
Cool. Can I just lightly knock on the door and go, "Mr. Light Eye? Is everything all right in there?"
You hear a moaning sound as someone shifts and gets up. The door opens. Light Eye is there in his pajamas. He says, "Oh, Vera, just in time. Here you go." And he holds out a piece of paper to you.
I hesitantly take the piece. Oh, is this the name of the gods, or?
No, it's the domain. I thought that would be more useful. I didn't. My mind is kind of scattered right now, but it should be a start for you at least. You can take a look and see what you think.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I just wanted to drop by and check on you, make sure you're doing all right after the ordeal that I put you through earlier.
He rubs his eye. He says, "Well, to be honest, I'm not doing so great, but I think with a proper night's sleep, maybe we'll be feeling better tomorrow. Hopefully."
All right, well, I'll stop bothering you then. You have a wonderful night rest, and thank you again.
He nods and he says, "No problem, no problem. Let me know if, any questions. I'll be happy to answer them tomorrow. I feel a little bit better."
Of course, and then just gonna
I'll close the
walk
door.
off. CC. I forgot what room is mine. This one, right?
Yeah. Lily, how much do you drink with Carmina?
I try to outpace her, and I imagine she tries to outpace me.
Yeah. She does actually kind of. All right, so go to make a Constitution saving throw.
Good. Let it come to the rules. You said saving throw?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
we're neck and neck.
You're both
So
exactly
you two look at each
inebriated.
other after taking a shot, and then promptly both are gagging, trying to keep from throwing up. as Abigail is like she's finishing up dinner. She glares at you guys. Aaron at this point would actually probably be going to bed. He would not be there. Um, and you both managed to keep it in, but just barely. Carmina says, "All right, maybe that's enough for tonight. Don't want to cause a mess or anything."
What does she sound like? Does she sound like her words are getting a bit slurred?
Yeah.
Okay, so she sounds fairly intoxicated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not like blackout drunk or anything.
Yeah.
Pretty intoxicated.
Yeah. We can call it there. Call it a draw.
Carmina like looks down as though like she's forgotten that the board is there, and she says, "Oh, look at that! It is a draw. All right. You can make it back to your cabin, Lily."
Do I need to? And I'm like purposely. I mean, I guess it's an 11. I don't know. I imagine Lily has a pretty good tolerance for like not trying to get drunk, or like not getting drunk. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how you want to word that, or if you want to roll for it or something.
The thing is, I think like you said, you two were drinking a fair amount, and this was like proper hard liquor as opposed to just wine.
Okay.
So I'll say you're reasonably intoxicated now too.
Okay, fine. Well, I do not know if I am going to make it, but it will be an adventure.
Carmina says, "Oh well, I suppose that I can." And Abigail at this point butts in. She steps forward and says, "Miss Carmina, you should really be getting to bed. I'll escort the passenger back to her cabin." Carmina looks up at her, sort of glares, but Abigail just glares back, and Carmina just lets out a long sigh, and she says, "Oh, you're right. You're right. That's probably for the best. Good night, Lily. Good night. I'll see you again tomorrow." She to her cabin. Abigail, somewhat, I mean, not roughly, but like not too gently either, takes your arm and begins escorting you back to your cabin. As long as you aren't like resisting her, I guess.
A bit, but not enough to like make a scene or anything out of it.
Okay. All right. We'll fly you back to the cabin. Boom, 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 boom. All right. The night. All right. What happens tonight? It's the end of the second day. All right. Okay. You can all make perception checks, and okay. So.
Hearing? Sniffing?
So Axel and Lily, you guys have disadvantage. Noir has advantage since it is hearing. Vera, you just roll normally.
That seems
You said
about right.
disadvantage for Lily.
Disadvantage for Lily, advantage for Noir.
Sheesh.
Hey, what do we get with a 20?
Yeah. So Noir hears, and also with the 20, you know this, or at least Noir knows this. The door opposite from you guys open up. So opposite from Lily and Vera. Open up.
Who was that? Was that
I was gonna say,
Michael
whose
Stark?
room was that?
No, you don't know who's in the room opposite you.
Stark was this one, huh?
Oh, it was like locked last time, wasn't it?
Noir wants to go and investigate.
Okay. So I'm gonna say Lily's fast asleep at this point. This to be clear, this is like 1 a.m. So like
Okay.
Noir woke up and heard this. Noir can either try to wake up Lily or open the door and try to peek out.
Yeah. Noir would wake up Lily, or at least try to.
Okay. Lily, go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. The 10. So Noir's like trying to gently wake you up and sort of like rocking you from side to side. Lily just sort of moans and turns over. Noir can keep trying to do that. However, she does hear footsteps begin to move outside.
Noir will just go outside.
Okay.
I'm not dealing with this
She
drunk bitch.
takes the door open.
He'll take a peek first before going outside. Obviously.
Okay, make a stealth check for Noir.
Sure.
I'll say with advantage. Since he's not looking that way right now.
Shoo!
Yeah, so Noir is able to sort of get out into the hallway. You see the back of just this long black robe. There's a person. The person is kind of tall, kind of thin, but you can't see their face at all because they're facing the opposite direction. They're just in this long black robe that's covering most of their body and form.
Someone with a nat 20, I don't see that. That's fucked up.
Well, he doesn't notice you. That's the quote.
Yeah, I know.
He opens the door and heads out this way and closes it behind him.
Is the door to his room open now?
It is.
Noir would like to go check.
Okay. The door opens.
Noir would like to make a very good investigation of this room in a fairly quickly manner.
Okay. Go and make an investigation check for Noir.
Fuck.
Oh, feels bad, man.
The duality of man.
Yeah.
Noir is looking around. There's fairly fancy clothing so basically there's a backpack. That's the main item in there. There's fairly fancy clothing in there. There's rations in there, like a whole pack of rations that would probably last someone like weeks if they needed to stretch it out. I'll say that's all you get for a 6 because by the time you sort of looked around, you hear. Okay, go and make a first. Well, you said that you were going to be doing it pretty quickly, and I imagine like Noir's been keeping an ear out for any approaching footsteps. Yeah. So
it
you
basically is anything big that he can see, is anything that he can smell, and the hearing is just like immediate cat instincts to bolt back to the room.
Okay. Yeah, so no, you don't smell anything. Well, it smells bad in there. I'll put it that way, but not like it's like a person who has been living there without showering for the past day or so, or two or 3 days.
Gotcha.
At this point. Yeah. In any case, Noir hears footsteps before he's able to investigate that much further, and he bolts back to the room. Just as he hears the door at the end of the cabin go in. You hear the door open up again in the cabin beneath you and close behind in a locking sound. All right.
I forgot my...
Whatever, it's fine. Whatever it is. I say Lily was gonna talk to Noir, but I guess she's drunk and forgot. So.
Lily is. She was otherwise occupied. Oh, by the way, Vera, in case you didn't notice, I put Buffer's notes into your inventory.
Yeah.
In any case, other than that, the night passes without issue. I suppose Noir would just let you get a full night's sleep, as it wouldn't seem particularly urgent to Noir that you know immediately.
Yeah. Noir also tries to get some sleep. He doesn't feel the best.
That's fair. Yeah, you can give Noir... Actually, you can all get the benefits of a long rest. And we'll switch to the 7th day of Leaf, 151 AA. Oh.
I remember this day.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
I like his notes are fun.
I tried to put a little buffer spin on them. How he
would have been real useful if I was a Twilight cleric.
All right. Let me make sure everybody's where they should be. Let me start this. Okay. Sergeant Eater, where'd you go?
Sergeant Eater, come back.
You can blame it all on me.
No, actually don't. He'll kill me.
Nah, doesn't sound like an
I'm
Axel
not a
issue.
cleric
I'm
anymore.
definitely
Dun,
not.
dun, dun, dun.
Give it all up.
All right,
Just-
I think everyone's where they should be. You guys wake up. The two members of your party. So Vera would probably wake up first if she wanted to do anything in particular. But otherwise, you guys wake up with a bit of a hangover. At least Lily and Axel.
Yes, sir.
What do you guys like to do on the third day?
No, what can we do?
I'm going to put the game up as nice and neatly as possible into the satchel.
Okay.
But then I will keep the satchel in my room. Like, I'll just set it off to the side for now.
Okay.
Did Axel just not have time to ask us to tell us about the pocket watch, or did he decide against it? What happened there?
During the morning, I thought.
Yeah, I'd said we'll do it in the morning because I had my night thing, and then Lily said she didn't know how late she would be out. So
Okay, right. So when we exit the room, do you?
Noir,
I'll
just to-
kind of see what
before anything
happens.
else, Noir would inform Lily of what Noir observed last night.
Lily takes note of it. I guess I go to Axel's room and knock on his door.
Yeah, I'll probably just be chilling in there. A bit of a what's up, gang? No, I'd kind of, I guess, open up and be like, all right, well, team meeting in my room per usual.
I'll say, Lily, you can make an intelligence check.
Excuse me.
How smart is she? Let's see.
Pretty smart.
No.
Fairly smart. So, Lily, you are now aware that there has been an individual locked in the room next to you, next to Axel's room, this entire time, ever since you guys have been on this train. And curiously enough, you guys have had quite a few team meetings in this cabin. Furthermore, the walls between the cabins are not that thick.
Are you gonna say anything on this, or are we just gonna write it out, baby?
Yeah, what's all going on here?
I
Hey, if
Get
you wanna
the-
write it out, we'll write it out.
no, I got the nearest paper, and write down something like I don't know, play along for now, I guess.
Play along for now. Were the words written?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I look at the paper, then up at you with a very weird face, and just nod my head slowly in agreement.
I show it to Vera as well.
Vera cries. Vera breaks out in tears.
That was the Hudson. Thank you guys. Okay. I nod my head and then kind of look over to Axel.
I was like, I'm looking at Lily to see if she initiates anything.
I still have a pleasant smile on my face.
Okay.
Well, as for our what it seems to be like daily team meeting here, I spent my night with the conductor again. Otherwise, and I'm again writing on the paper, like don't say anything important or make something up.
There we go. That's what Axel needed.
Yeah. As I'm just talking. I mean, we drank. We played some Emperor's Gambit. Other than that, the whiskey was really good. Yeah, that is all I got. Second day, not that useful, but fun.
Yeah, I kind of nod in agreement to the words you've written, and then just proceed on normal. Yeah, I mean, hey, night-wise, pretty much the same. Actually played some Emperor's Gambit as well. We talked about got the hang of it pretty quickly. It's kind of fun. I'm not too bad at it. But besides that, pretty chill overall. The wine is actually really good. I was very impressed.
Uh, Vera nods and goes, yeah, so should we go get breakfast?
Please
And
ask the
saying, like,
question weirder.
should we
Please.
leave?
Please make it more odd.
Lily
Tilts her head down and sighs and just goes,
Yeah, I mean, food is not so bad. Empty stomach is not good after a night drinking.
Yeah, I could definitely use something greasy right now.
Wonderful. I'm glad we all had a wonderful night.
I asked Axel. I guess I write it down. And asked Vera to walk with Nor to the like cafeteria place because I want to talk to Axel for a second. Oh, Axel, if I could hold you back for 1 second.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
I close the door.
"Yeah, I did not want to mention this to Vera, but we have definitely talked about trying to find the Lotus guy in here, huh?"
Oh yeah.
Assuredly,
okay,
100%.
Okay.
I think he would. I think this dude would know basically everything.
Yeah.
Listen, Vera is making a lot of dumb decisions. I'm sorry I was being so weird this morning. My head is kind of fuzzy, I guess there would be a wine bottle somewhere that Lily would notice.
Yeah, it would just be kind of sitting out.
Imagine you hit it. So
No, yeah, it would just be
I
deposited.
imagine you were drinking. To each our company. I do not judge.
Yeah,
But,
I kind of red faced a little bit. I'm like, yeah.
Listen, about this Lotus guy, we're not getting anywhere with this, and Vera is doing other things. Listen. You found your person. I found my person. Vera is doing her own thing. This mystery, it is fairly difficult, and I don't know. I might just spend it having some fun, and I got to see for the first time in my life, and I might just spend the rest of the week having fun. I don't know. This mystery, this killer, we don't know. The killer might be good. We just came into this world, and we have to form our own opinions off of what people tell us. It's not good.
Yeah, I suppose kind of trying to sober up the mind a little bit. He's kind of got the like squinched lips, like thinking. I'm just like, well, yeah. I mean, I want to have fun, but I I really like this. At least this body and this world, and if it's true that we're gonna die afterwards, wouldn't you like to see longer than 7 days?
We don't know. He killed him after he finished his task. How are we going to know that he's not going to kill us after this one? Isn't we solved his mystery and die anyway?
Well, this is true, but let's say we take this route. What do you suppose we do? Just walk off the train?
I am saying we have as much fun on this train as this week is humanly possible. And then we just go on our separate ways. And if the train blows up, the train blows up. Like I said, if the killer finds out, if they find out, it will be what it will be. I listen. I have no quarrels with the killer.
more intrigued by them than anything. The promise of Lilith. That is a goddess that we don't have in our world, but I've always been fascinated by the mythology of that. It'd be interesting to get to know the person that contacts such entities. But alas, I'm going to enjoy my time here, and what happens happens.
Um. Yeah, kind of.
I write down on a paper. Disagree with me.
Okay. Um. I look at the paper, look up, and nod. Um. Yeah. No. I don't think that's a good idea, Lily. It's. I mean, frankly, it just sounds dumb. I mean, like, sure, we're only working on what we know, but if that's all we got, it seems stupid to just go off on this whim and forget everything that we've been told, and when it's the only truth that we can know.
Yeah, and then on the paper I write perfect, comma, just get irritated and walk out. And then I'm like, well, I just don't understand. I like this is
I cut you off, like,
Yeah.
reading the paper. I stand up and, like, cut you off mid thing. I'm just like, okay, look, if you want to just throw this away, do whatever the hell you want. All right, I'm not gonna throw this new chance at an amazing life away. And I will, open the door and walk out and slam the door and walk towards the breakfast hall. Somewhat exaggerated, not stomping or anything, but
I get up from the bed and I stomp my feet and I like hit the wall. Not super strong, but like averagely, and I go, "This is so stupid. They summon us for their stupid works." If I had the protection of an entity, if I had more strength, I would stand up to them. This is stupid. This is stupid. Our place here is stupid. I hate being told what to do. I'm not a slave to anybody. God damn it! If it was my lying wish, I'd blow this train up myself. And I open the door and or I guess I stay in there for a bit, molding or pretending to mold. As I make sure to take the paper that I have been using, and like make sure I don't leave it anywhere. Like I have it on me, and then with enough like time passes, I open the door and go to the breakfast hall.
Okay. So Vera would be headed there first. Just to briefly describe what's going on in the cabins here. Endel and Alina are in their sort of traditional spot. They give you a nod as you pass by. Rachel is engaged in an animated discussion with Sergeant Eater, who is just sort of sitting back and listening, like he usually does. The Kramers are doing their standard thing as well. If there's anyone in particular you want to talk to, just stop me. Otherwise, I'll just quickly go through. Michael Stark actually stops you. He says, "Oh, hi, Miss Vera. Don't need to talk to you too long, but I was just wondering, any news on my pocket watch? Any ideas there?"
Fuck.
hey, for you, no. I can answer that for you very easily.
No, not yet, unfortunately.
No, all right. Just wanted to see if you had found anything yet.
Well,
Anyway,
is there anyone else you would be suspicious of besides the young boy and his father?
he shrugs and he says, I mean, like I said, I had it pretty securely attached to me. The boy was the only one I can remember to bump into me, but maybe someone else did and I forgot. I don't know. There's two other scamps, Endel and Alina, I think. They seem kind of sketchy to me too, but I don't have anything in particular that would make me suspect them. Just they look like the sort. That's all.
All right. Well, I'll ask my companions and I'll get back to you a little later.
All right. No rush. I just wanted to know if you had found anything yet. Vera continues. You see the Liebermans and Joseph walk in their standard spot. They all kind of. Ilsa gives you sort of a curt nod, but the others just sort of ignore you. For the other two, is there anyone in particular that you guys like to talk to, or are you just going to the dining cabin?
No, I'd go to the dining cabin, but I'd make it look like I'm struggling to get there.
Oh, okay. That's a good point, actually. So Axel, is there anyone you'd like to talk to?
No one in particular I'm talking to. I will, seeing as like, I was getting pretty loud in the bunk area, I will continue up my like slightly angry charade, walking with like, a bit of a, negative face, just kind of a meh.
Sure. As Axel's walking forward, Rachel stops the conversation with Eater and stands up. She says, "Oh, hi, Axel. You sleep okay?"
Yeah, so mood immediately changes. On a dime, I'm like, yeah, it's still a little fuzzy, but for the most part, slept pretty good.
No, good. I can't say the same. These trains just don't agree with me, I think.
Oh, I mean, just rough time sleeping, or the alcohol getting to you a little bit, kind of
Might
poking
have been
fun
a
a
bit
little
of
bit.
that. And she gives sort of a little grin. In any case, I'll see you tonight. Also, I'm going to be hosting the tournament today. I have a few people who have already agreed to join. I know that you're just a beginner, but if you'd like to try your luck.
Oh, absolutely. I had a blast. I would love to play more.
All right, sure thing. I scheduled it for after lunch this afternoon, so 1 p.m.
Okay, and where is it at?
Oh, we were going to take advantage of the finer uh, seatings in the cabin over.
Oh, perfect.
Uh,
All right.
all right, I'll see you there.
Yeah. And I walk by, kind of like pretending to forget, but this has been on his mind the whole time. Because I'm like, oh, by the way, you left your stuff in my room, but it's okay because I'll have it set up for tonight.
Rachel, French says, "Oh, did I? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put you to the trouble. Could you get that to me before the tournament? I mean, I can't host it without that."
Oh, true. Yeah. After breakfast, I'll go grab it for you.
Thank you so much, Axel.
Of course. And with a big smile, completely forgetting that he's supposed to be angry, walks to the breakfast hall.
Okay. You can move yourself there, or I can move you. Lily, as you're coming through, a fair amount later, as you were molding in the room, as you said.
I'm doing cat shit.
Yeah.
Even
Oh, you are.
Joseph
Okay.
can't make me unhappy.
Do you want to do that with Noir first?
No. I meant Lily's basically just doing cat shit.
Oh, okay.
Lily's a cat.
As you enter the room, like you said, a little bit less confidently, as you do not have the advantage of Noir's sight at the moment, or at least you do, but you can, he's with
Yeah.
Vera. Another. Alina looks up and sees you enter. She says, "Oh, did your companions forget about you?" She sort of steps out. She says, "I can guide you to the dining hall if you'd like."
I immediately sigh with like some relief and go, "Yeah, I don't know if you saw them. We got into a bit of a heated discussion, and Noah was feeling quite hungry. I told him to just follow with Vera. Me and Axel started talking. That's when the discussion happened, and completely forgot that was that Vera and was that the cat? Hey, I cannot see."
Alina frowns and says, "Yeah, I mean, I don't think Axel is the most, Anyway, no problem." She grabs your arm and happily leads you to the dining compartment.
Much appreciated.
No problem. Alina, for what it's worth, she does appear to be like genuinely happy to help. She guides you there and lets you go. She says, "All right." She sort of says loudly, with kind of like a side eye to Axel, "Your companions can take you from here."
I try to like gesture to where like her voice is, and then try to give her like a kind hug for leaving here.
Okay. She'll accept that. Lily's she's a fairly short lady, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so like Alina's younger than you, but she's fairly tall for her age. So yeah, she accepts it without much issue. All right.
I will
She
say
says,
to,
okay.
to this comment, Axel's just gleam. He's just a happy little boy now. He's like, yeah, no, yeah.
Alina just sort of lets out a snort and walks away. And
Yeah.
yeah, what would you guys like?
I was gonna say, is anybody else in the room with us besides Alma?
Not at the moment. You get the impression that you guys got kind of a later start this morning than most people. Most people already had their breakfast.
Gotcha. Lily proceeds to grab the paper that everything was written and gives it to Noir. As Noir again opens like the little slit in his chest and proceeds to ignite it on fire and then eat what remains.
Eat the ashes.
Yeah, or eats it and then extinguish it, expose it in fire inside.
Noir paper shredder.
Noir is the ultimate paper shredder.
This is how we commit tax fraud.
That's how I've been committing tax fraud. Don't tell the IRS. I have a cat that eats paper. Yeah, I guess when we sit down, I'm keeping up the soft smile, very happy. I kind of signal to Alma for food.
She, reading her paper, she goes and takes your guys' orders and goes to get them. Unless there's something in particular you wanted to talk to her about.
Yes, Alma, could perhaps there is a I was wondering if I could get some paper.
We don't really have. I mean, I don't think we really have any paper in particular.
Napkins?
Sure. We have some. Yeah, we have some napkins.
Are they like paper napkins, or are they like fancy napkins?
I mean, they are paper napkins, but I mean, they're pretty crappy.
That's fine.
He'll do the job.
Sure, I'll get some more of those with the meals. And she goes and grabs your guys' orders, returning with the napkins, the meals.
I'll say at this point I immediately look up to Lily and I'm like, okay, so want to speak on that?
Yeah, Noir is. I mean, I understand that Alma is the only one here, but for safety, Noir is under the table, and I am handing him the papers, and he is handing them to both of them. And basically, I'm just writing out. Person in the room next to us is mysterious, something along those lines. Noir saw them at the end of the night. Basically, like mysterious hooded figure, kind of alluding to that. Not giving the exact details, but basically that's why we can't talk in the room next to Axel's, and I wouldn't really like talking in ours either.
Okay. Axel will ask for the pen from Lily or whatever she's using to write with.
Yeah. Noir is transporting this below the.
Perfect. You'll grab the pen from
also something along the lines of like he knows, because like the walls are really thin.
Gotcha.
Or she.
Yeah, reading this, Axel's just kind of nodding, and then goes to write back. Makes sense, and then basically just write. He'll just write. I found the pocket watch. It's definitely his. Wanted to make sure y'all were cool with just returning it, or if y'all wanted to do something. And, shows Vera, shows Lily, the good old hands it to Noor.
Yeah, I'd like to look over the pocket watch.
Axel will just slip it. He'll pee poof it and slip it under the table.
Okay. Can I make some sort of check on that? Was it a sleight of hand?
Are you trying to be sneaky about it?
No,
you're trying to open it up.
Pocket watch. Yeah.
Yeah, you can make a sleight of hand check if you like. Sure. Try to open it up.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I advantage because I'm cool, and I'm good with my hands.
I mean,
they're
you
like
are
sewing hands.
I don't think that Lily is an expert at opening up pocket watches.
She's French.
You. Oh well.
Oh well, in that case, shit.
You accidentally you open it up and a bit of it like sort of pops out and like some of the gears and springs sort of out scattering about the table.
Might have worded that what I wanted to do a bit wrong. I wanted to basically make the check that Axel made.
Yeah, I think the
something
pre-opening
like,
check is what he was trying to.
Yeah, not the actually trying to open it. I was just trying to feel it out.
Okay.
I was like, we can keep going because the roll was low enough to where it would make sense anyway. But I was trying to go more for the pre-opening it check than the opening it check.
Okay. You look around and you don't get any more out of it than Axel did.
Okay. Yeah, I have no problem with returning it. It does not seem to pique my interest in any way.
I turn and look at Vera. I'm like, Vera, any opinions?
Yeah, I don't see a reason not to return it.
My only thing would be, are we gonna tell him where we found it? Because I found it in the ghost room.
We could just tell
Oh.
It was in one of the little drawers, and I could not tell you how it got there. It was just under. Well, okay. Question, Huddy, Lord and Savior, was it like clearly like intended to be hidden there, or like I don't know how to
looked
word
like
this.
it was. I mean, it required a fairly high investigation check to find, and yeah, it did appear to be like not like incredibly well hidden, but obviously like put under stuff so that you wouldn't be the first thing you saw when you opened the drawer.
Okay. Yeah, and I'd be like, yeah, so it was, someone clearly put it there intending for it to not be found, at least to some extent. So.
Oh, well, that changes the game because it did not seem like the ghost can move objects.
Yeah, I don't know.
I try to send some mana from the pocket watch if I can with this new information.
Sure, you can make a mana sense check. So Lily sort of concentrates on this.
My rolls have been so bad today.
Yeah. There is some mana emanating from it, but it's so faint and distant, you're not sure.
Well, mana-wise, I do not know. If any of you want to give it a try, go ahead. But I'm a bit more hesitant on just returning it now if it was found in the ghost room.
Yeah, I forget that that's a thing we can do. And I'll grab it and do the usual, see if I can feel anything flowing through the gears as if there was blood.
Okay, make a mana sense check.
My mana sense is dog shit, so here we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mine, bro.
How about
Mine's
two
a
higher?
+4.
I surpassed 10.
Speaking in terms of blood, there's a bit of a blood stain on the watch.
Okay.
The blood stain is fairly recent. However, the blood itself is cold.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, feeling this, I'm like, yeah, there's definitely something coming from it that's not normal, but it's like a little cold. That's about all I got. And I'll go ahead and gesture to hand it to Vera.
Is Michael Stark? Does he seem like a rich, like a wealthy guy? Like, what is he? I was like, I'm sure we've described him before, but
He seemed like upper middle class, so not necessarily super wealthy, but like yeah, he's pretty well off.
okay.
I mean, you saw him with like his work order. He's a merchant. He's an arms merchant.
Gotcha.
Oh, is Vera trying to do a mana sense check or?
Sure. Yeah.
Vera, only
That's
having
what I'm
used
talking
this
about.
mana sense a few times, is just not very used to it yet.
Good rolls, gone. Out today. No mas.
I had 2 good ones, and that's all that mattered for me.
Noir can make a perception check with advantage. Lily and everyone else can make a perception check as well. This is for hearing.
Yeah.
Click.
Dude, advantage, and it gives me a 7?
15.
Bro, come on.
You did not want.
Do I get anything with a 15?
Oh my
So
god.
Vera, you're the only one who hears footsteps loudly approaching from the right.
Okay, I gesture them to hide the watch. Am I holding the watch right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can grab
Okay,
it and
great.
put it back in,
Cool.
or
I
unless you're
just-
gonna do it.
Discreetly hand it to Axel and gesture to hide it.
Yeah, I'll pee poof it into my
Okay.
inventory.
And then I
Just as
do the
just as Axel does so, the door opens up. Moses Lieberman, Joseph Wallach, and Issa Lieberman, close behind, stomp into. Well, the first two stomp into the room. Ilsa is sort of grabbing at Joseph, and she's appears to be like sort of saying, oh, "Wait, we don't need to calm down." Just Moses, however,
I
stomps
punch him in the
into
mouth.
room.
I'm kidding. Sorry.
I mean, he points at Vera. Reaching into his pocket, he pulls out a wand. Sparks crackle from the wand. He says,
Ooh.
"You roll up that sleeve."
Oh
And he points
shit.
to you at the sleeve, which is hiding.
Which, is it on my right or left wrist?
You can decide that, and that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Ooh.
Hey.
Ooh, he's not happy with you. He's a little